add him on the Discord.
I mean, Kofi bullying man's in dice.
Dice.
And dice.
It's always over. It's always over the dice.
Funny thing, it's not that serious. It's not that serious for real.
I wish they had a Spades app on like Steam or PlayStation or some shit like that.
Spades? You know I don't know how to play Spades.
No?
I gotta learn. That means I gotta learn.
Oh yeah. Yeah, nah, you would pick it up quick. It's not a hard game to learn. People would just make it intimidating because people talk mad shit while playing it. It's not a hard game to learn.
Isn't it like a 2v2 type of situation?
Yeah, it's usually 2v2. Yep. I was just over at my man's crib. We was chilling, playing Spades last week. I'm about to end up doing like a couple Spades nights though at my shit. Like a lot of people on my Facebook and shit want like playing Spades. They want to come over, so I'm probably gonna do. I might even try to live stream it. That shit be fire.
That'll be lit, yo. You know, RIL or whatever, yo.
Yeah.
That'd be the shit that's popping nowadays, yo. Low key, bro.
And I'm counting every hand won as a beat game for the year. Facts.
Yeah, he busy trying to finesse that little thing we got going on, bro.
I'm gonna get there.
Tony, center your camera a little bit. Center your camera, bro. What do you got in the background? Yeah, center your camera, dog. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You look a little funny off in the edge. All right. I think we are live. Yeah, we are live.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shout out to Ray Vaughn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that boy got cooked. That boy getting cooked. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Why they throw that boy to the fire
I don't
like
appreciate your disrespect on the last joint he dropped. You was disrespecting that last joint he dropped. That shit was alright.
It's mid.
But Joey is definitely cooking this nigga.
When I heard it right away, I'm like, this ain't it.
Nah, he was saying some shit on there. It was alright, you know what I mean? But you know, it was definitely, you know, paying homage to
he had
TV off.
Listen. Ray Vaughn. See, I heard of the dude. But I wasn't so familiar with his music. You know what I mean? He was also on the TD, the whole pop out type shit, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So I heard a freestyle. I'm like, all right, yo, this freestyle is actually really good. Let me go listen to his album. J Main, I listened to the album. I'm not mad at it. But the boy got to pick an identity, bro. I think the whole the boy want to be Kendrick. The boy want to be Kendrick too bad, bro. He needs to slow down, bro.
You can't do that.
Hold on, let me finish. You cannot listen to that album and say, yo, this is not heavily inspired by Good Kid, Mad City. It's like a wannabe Good Kid, Mad City in the sense of even just the point of storytelling. It's a wannabe Good Kid. I'm just saying, like, brother, be yourself. Be yourself.
But think about how old he was when that album came out. That was what, like almost 15 years ago? He was probably like a teenager when that shit came out.
Yeah.
So, you know, of course it's going to be heavily influenced by that, but he's still getting his shit off, telling his story. Like, that shit is dope.
Yo, bro, I'm not taking anything away from his raps.
What I'm going to get on you about is, you was a huge Drake fan. You want to talk about picking the identity? That nigga got 1,700 identities, and that he ain't fucking figured out which one he want to be. So we can't shame the next man for you know what I mean?
But you know what I'm talking
around
about,
with different sounds.
Like he's heavily inspired, a little to the point of its own detriment. I feel like that, like, yo, you're a little too inspired. Now you're doing a diss song, I guess. You're using the whole hey now kind of cadence with the hook. You know what I mean? You got a lot of dot bars. I know you rolling for dot, bro, but like, come on, bro. Yeah. You got to stand on your own too for a second. You know what I mean?
I do think that looks funny in the light. Since he is TDE, I do think that does look funny in the light. If he wasn't TDE, it might be a little bit better.
Yeah, so I think he Joey Badass cooked him. I ain't gonna lie. That's the finalists that he cooked them. He cooked them with
that shit was fire. I played that in the whip today. Oh my god, yeah, that shit is so good. And that freestyle. Shout out to Big Sean though. Always being in the middle of some niggas getting their beef off.
But the funny thing, like, he's nice though. Like, Big Sean has like always been nice, but somehow he always gets out.
How you feel about that?
I don't think you heard
Kofi sent me. Kofi sent me. I listened to it. It was alright.
No, I was wondering how you feel about Sean, because I know you be saying Sean was trash. I remember your tweets about Sean. You used to go crazy on Sean.
No. I used to fuck with him, but now the nigga ass. Kind of ass. last time it was 2 or 3. Kofi was like, "Oh, this is grown man music. That's why you don't fuck with it." But that nigga ain't giving no spin since. I know it, bro.
Low key, you ain't lying. I haven't been back to that Detroit 2 project in a hot minute. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
Rayvon gonna respond, but I do think it's over between him and Joey. I think they need to just pack that shit up. I need to hear from Daylight. Yo, Hustle said Big Sean is like Horizon Zero Dawn.
Come on, bro.
Damn,
we putting Big Sean in the Horizon Zero Dawn category.
Low key, that's actually that's actually a good comparison because low key, he's someone that's like actually talented. He can rap his ass off, but he's just always caught in some
the
shit
wrong
that
moment.
He doesn't really show his true shine. Because even on that Controverse, like his bars in that was spectacular. You know what I'm saying? But
nobody cared.
Him.
Nobody cared after that. And even when he was rolling out his last album that just came out, and that's when Kendrick and Drake started getting into it. So nobody gave a fuck. Yeah, and now this freestyle, he did good, but nobody gives a fuck.
Once again, I think Joey had obviously to stand out, and obviously he's taking shots at Daylight and Rayvon and stuff. So
what you know about Daylight? Like, how familiar are you with his pen?
I've seen a couple of his battle raps. His battle raps against people. I've heard a couple of his songs as well. As I'm not familiar with his solo work outside of the battle rapping too tough. Okay. But the joints that I did hear, he's like the school of like the J. Cole style type of like real boom bap hippity hop boom bap shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, he the type of triple and quadruple entendres and shit like that. Yeah. He's nice though. Like that one battle that he had with Tay-Rock was probably some of the best name flips I've ever heard in my life. Like it was crazy. Everything was because his name is, of course, Tay-Rock, so he had a lot of flips on rocks. But then from rocks, you can go into drugs and crack rock. Like it was insane. If you you probably seen it. It's been all over the timeline. So I'm excited though. I want to hear Daylight though. Like Rayvon, you can chill now. Like. Go ahead and make it. Try to get you a hit record or something.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like Daylight will be a little bit more interesting because I feel like their skill set will probably be a lot closer in the sense of the styles of how they rap. I feel like that would be a little bit more entertaining. But I've been looking on the timeline. People are calling for the boogeyman to come in, but that's never happening. That's never happening.
Joey is not getting Kendrick off the stage and into the booth. It's not happening. Not for a whole back and forth. No, I do think he's gonna give him a couple bars though, like on a record randomly. Like
I don't even think he's going to address him. I think he's gonna probably talk in general. If he's addressing the situation, he's gonna probably do a very generalized type of shot. That's what I think.
Towards the industry versus like just directly at Joey.
Or like your niggas coming at the West Coast type of bars. Like I could see that, but he's bro, you can't.
Nah, he got to give him something. He got to give him something.
Because main champ like that, bro. You know.
Joey been calling him out for like 5 months now at this point. So in the respect of the art, got to give him a couple. A couple spankings, a little 1-2. That's all. Nothing crazy.
Yes, sir.
But it's definitely levels to this shit. He's not gonna get into a spot with him.
You can't get into a back and forth like that, bro. No, I don't think it's gonna happen. All right, so we are live. Let me shout out a couple people. We're just doing a little cold opening, talking about some rap shit. But we are back. We missed a podcast last week. J Mane was shaking ass at the Kendrick concert. You know what I mean?
Nigga, let me tell you something. I got there at fucking 7:30. Missed DJ Mustard's set because we was running late. Kendrick and them came out at 8 o'clock. I ain't sit down once. Show ended at 11. Not a single time.
Not niggas was talking about. Nigga, what? I'm gonna stretch my legs.
Listen, my legs wasn't the only thing standing for scissors. Let me tell you something.
Hey yo. I ain't gonna lie, man. I think I'm gonna get my little, my little break time, my little bathroom breaks during a couple of scissor records. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Nah, I'm telling you, bro. You don't want to miss scissor. She might have had the best sets of the night. Like
Yeah, I heard her
shit's
flying around the sky and shit. Yo, they saying I'm low.
her
Hold up.
backdrops and everything, the props that she had on stage, like her set is fire. Some of the records I didn't know, but most of them I've either heard before or did know. She's incredible, and her mic was
Yeah,
on.
she is.
Like,
I do like her music. So, there's a couple of joints I like of hers. Her latest album was really good. So,
yeah. And them little teenage white girls, Lord, they went crazy for SZA.
how many bots were
That's
in the stadium? See me, I don't get to go to the concert until June 12th. How many bots were in the stadium? You know what I mean? Tony's on that bot theory, so can you enlighten them and let them know how the bots were looking like in the stadium?
Bro, not a single. Listen, if there was bots in that stadium, they did a good job of fucking decoying or however you want to say it, because
No. They got the curtain up. They got the curtain up to block out. The seats. Extra seats.
Mad empty seats.
Sold out for real. Not only seats that was empty was the ones that they had specifically for behind the stage, because you're not even gonna be able to see the show. But they had all the seats like on, because it's a football field, so you had all the seats on the football field, and then you had the surrounding stands as well. So that shit was lit. And we in New York, New Jersey, so I mean whole East Coast shit, and they was vibing with it. They was fucking with it for real.
Yeah, it looked lit from the little clips I see here and there. The show looked like a good time, man. I got back-to-back nights coming up. Now I'm going to both shows.
What days of the week is it on?
Friday, Thursday, and Friday. So I will not be podding that day. I'm letting y'all know I will not be podding that day. I'm at the show.
That Friday one, if anything, is going to be the one to make sure you go to, because I was tight when I seen he brought out fucking Baby Keem and shit at the Friday show. I went to, niggas been looking for Baby Keem for years, and he showed up at the Friday show, so that was fire.
All right, let me shout out a couple people in the chat real quick. You know what I mean? We do always appreciate our live viewers, the people who pop in to watch the podcast live. And shout out to all the people who catch the podcast, after the fact, too. We appreciate y'all, too. You guys already know what to do, yo. It has been a week since y'all seen us. Hit that like button. We would appreciate it. I want to shout out a couple people, though. Lynch, DJ, what's good? DrewTube, Gian the Don. We got Hustle, Leaky, Killer Cam for show. Who else up in here? Jazzy. What's up, Jazzy?
Mr. Jefferson.
What's up? Decoy Caliber. I see Visions in the chat hating as usual. It's Black Ace. What's up? Retromatic, Blade X, Rich Homie Sean. Shout out to everyone popping in watching the podcast live. Alton, what's good? African King Academy. Big up. First time catching y'all live. We appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for real, man. You know what I mean?
We got Africa in the building?
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Shout out to the motherland.
All right, man. Let's not waste no time, man. Jamie, let's get into some of the stuff that we've been playing the past couple of weeks, man. How's been gaming looking for you, or you been outside, man? The weather's been nice.
No, I've been doing my thing. But definitely been gaming though, for sure.
Good,
like I told you, PlayStation Portal. I got GeForce Now on the Logitech joint. That shit been holding me down. But I did beat Death Stranding since the last time I was here.
Okay.
Pretty much mained that shit as soon as I finished up Final Fantasy. And I think it took me I put about 60 hours into the game to when I rolled the credits. Fucking fantastic game, dog. Like, I'm so glad that I gave that game a second chance. Like, when I first played it, I thought it was okay at best. I was like, all right, I understand now that it's a walking
BG
simulator.
Propaganda.
No,
fell into
because
the BG propaganda.
No. That's a game that if you see it and you watching gameplay, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? Like, it looks like boring walking simulator. But when you get into playing it and the intricacies of balancing the packages and going through routes and stuff that have different terrains and all of that,
the concept is actually fire when you're playing it. On paper, it sounds stupid.
Exactly.
I would agree. But
playing
it's actually fire.
It's fire when you're playing it. And then the further you get, the more what do they call them? Structures that you can unlock to make things even cool easier. Shit. Once I got the zip lines, it was over. Like, I was putting them shits up everywhere, going crazy. But then, what really also captures me is it's a story-driven game. And once you finally understand everything that's going on, and you learn about all of the weird shit that you see on the surface, it's like, yo, what the
game's
fuck?
pretty deep. It's pretty
It's
deep.
wow, and the character performances are amazing. The characters are very well written. Um,
Music.
music. Come on, we ain't like soundtrack fire, amazing. I'm just even that more excited for the sequel. And speaking on that, I did watch a bunch of preview footage for the sequel, so might get into that later.
Ew.
But what happened?
I said ew.
You ain't watched
Wait,
no
I said
preview
wait.
footage?
I listened to one. I listened to one while I was in the gym, just in the pocket. But I wasn't trying to see too much.
Yeah, I'm pretty.
You know?
I'm already
you trying
sold
to
on the
say
game, so
dark?
That's
I
what I'm
didn't. I didn't
saying.
check
I didn't
out.
watch.
I didn't
I
check
didn't
it
watch
out too
that
much
the
either.
trailer either.
Outside of a few screenshots that I seen and a few like Twitter
That-
posts in a
yeah,
sense,
on the
I never
timeline.
seen anything.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't deep dive into previews
Same,
because
same.
I'm already sold on the game. Like I'm already sold on that game, bro. Like that's a day one.
For sure.
I feel you. I was just so hyped from beating the first one that I was like anything Death Stranding 2. It was like perfect timing because once I beat it, like a few days later, the previews for 2 came out. I was like, oh yeah, I need to see what the hell's going on. But beat the game. Outside of that, I'm back on Monster Hunter Worlds, playing through that, and then I'm also almost done with South to Midnight. I got a couple more chapters left on that. So
Okay, J-Man beating games. What?
Listen.
That
All
boy
y'all need to
beating
know
games?
is, as long as I have 12 games beat by the end of June, 25 is a cakewalk. That's gonna be easy. Easy. It's already like 2 or 3 games on the backlog from this year alone, and then we got Doom. Like it's crazy, but it's gonna be easy. It's gonna be easy work. I'm gonna get that 25. Y'all ain't getting no motherfucking money out of me.
I got a nice 100 piece coming from BG at the end of the year for 25 games because it's 25 fresh games. You know what I mean?
Oh, he said new. Yeah, he bugging with that one. Woo.
100
Yeah.
piece.
Especially if he gonna keep playing Marvel Rivals.
All right, so what you been playing, Tony?
I've already been playing that new Precinct game, but I'm almost done. I'm almost done with it. Platinum. I mean, another platinum soon.
Let's know what
So-
the game is, bro. Nobody heard of that. Joe.
But
Let the people know.
It's like a top-down, kind of one of the old GTA styles, 1 and 2, Chinatown Wars style of games where you play as a police officer, you're solving crimes, trying to take down the gangs. It's fire. It's fire. Only 30 FPS though, so I wasn't fucking with it. I wasn't fucking with it.
That's
But the
nasty for the way the
visuals-
game looks.
It's nasty
It should be-
work. It's
It
nasty
should be
work. It's
60. It
nasty
should be
work.
60.
Cinematic.
Yeah. Even if they brought it down from 4K to 1440 or something. No.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello,
What's
did
it?
you
I'm
cut
glad I
out?
caught it.
Oh, you had cut out just now,
I
Tony.
think you
Oh,
cut
my
out.
bad.
Yeah.
I was saying it was a little under the radar, but I'm glad I caught it. It's nice. It's only $30. I say,
Okay.
yeah. I say,
Looking
yeah,
at the
it's
Metacritic, I
nice.
see why it was under the radar.
Yo, come on, bro.
What you playing over there, dog? Come on.
See-
What's the matter? What's the matter?
What's the Metacritic?
65 on PlayStation 5?
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes. Big yikes.
It's a
You know
little.
You know
got
it's
a
an easy
brand deal with
platinum.
them?
You know it's an easy platinum. That's why you playing that,
Nah,
Joe. You know it's
nah,
an easy
nah,
little
nah.
platinum.
I had it
Little
bought. I
platinum
bought
shelf.
it. I bought it for even looks to the platinum. I bought it for even looks.
But you look,
It's a
didn't
little.
you?
What I don't like, but I didn't. I looked at the trophies. I didn't look up no list, but I just looked and I was like, yeah. This
This could go on.
This will be alright. This will be alright. But nah, I think it's a little. They said apparently it's like 4 developers. It took 6 years. I think it's. I don't know how. It's a little.
okay.
I think it's a little underbaked. I think like the side missions are kind of ass, but it's a good
having enough fun with
foundation.
it.
Like if they. I'm having enough fun with it, and I think if they got a good foundation that they could build upon it and make something nice, like the mechanics, is that the city's small as hell, but it looks good and like.
A little mid here, a little mid here and there is not
That's
that
what I'm
bad,
saying,
J
that's what
man.
I'm
You know what I mean?
saying.
Sometimes when I'm playing something fire, I want to mix it up with some mid, and you know what I mean? Yo, you
Yeah.
tell me you don't enjoy a mid game? There's plenty of mid games I've seen you play, bro.
Nah, of course, but I'm just trying to get to the bottom of why he playing this because ain't nobody heard of it.
Nah,
So
nah.
I'm
And the
just trying to
top
find a
down-
I
deeper
already
dark
told
on
you,
this
bro.
one.
I already told you the deeper
No,
dark.
no,
You want some freaking
Two
platinum
reasons.
trophy, bro?
Nah,
He's
real
padding,
quick,
he's
real quick.
padding right
First of
now.
all,
I
pause,
found
pause.
it. No, you've been
The-
exposed. The publisher
let me
of
get
this
this.
game is a company named Quali, a British video game developer
Aw,
and publisher.
man.
Come
Not too
on.
much, not too much.
Where's Leamington Spa, England? That's in your neck of the woods.
I don't even. That's not my ends. That's not my ends.
That
But-
ends.
No. I like the top down angle, change of pace, and it's not like a janky top down angle. Like they did it. The camera angle is like real good in the game.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
I was
That's
fucking with it.
dope.
I was fucking with it. I was fucking
That's
with
all
it,
you've been
bro.
playing?
That's it, man.
Pretty
I want to
much.
start. I was telling Kofi, I want to start either Oblivion or Expedition, but I don't know if I'm trying to start a whole 50 to
Yeah,
60,
yeah,
because I'm gonna go all the way with it. So
If you're going
yeah.
for the shorter one, go with Expedition. I think you could beat
Expedition,
that in
short
30
one.
hours. Yeah, you could beat that in 30.
I might do that then. I might do that then.
If you
Yeah.
How was
Oh,
that
that's good.
platinum?
if you
I
mainline
forgot
that
to
Oblivion, it's
platinum?
not that long either, though. It's not that
Oh,
long
yeah,
to
but-
How was the
mainline
platinum?
Oblivion either.
I don't feel like you
Yeah,
should
I was
mainline
probably for
Oblivion.
platinum.
I feel like that's a
get
game you should explore.
Yeah.
For
Doing
sure, for sure.
all the the side quests and stuff is actually what's entertaining.
Yeah,
All the
it really
storyline
is.
quests. Speaking on Oblivion, that's all I've been pretty much playing. That's like the main game that I'm focusing on. I'm staying true to what I said. I'm not touching any other game that comes out until I finish
You
one
strong.
game at a time. Like I'm doing pretty good. Yo, everybody's talking about Expedition 33. How's the game of the year? Some of the best. We got niggas
Yeah.
crying on the timeline, posting screen. You know what I mean? Like, yo, everyone's saying Expedition. Yo, and I believe y'all. That game probably fantastic, bro. Shit, I'm trying to cry too, bro. Like, yo, Persona 3 had me crying. Yo, I'm finna cry on this joint too, bro. So, bro, I'm trying so hard not to start Expedition 33 until I beat this joint, bro. So,
I'm gonna
I'm
get
holding
that
strong.
next.
I'm holding
I
strong.
I forgot
That's
to mention real quick, Kofi. I did start Expedition 33 too. I played
Okay.
only like a couple hours at the beginning. I got through the prologue, so that's like first 2 hours if you really take
How
your
was
time.
it? How
with
was it?
How was it for 2 hours?
First 2 hours, you get
Did it grab
really
you?
engaged. Oh hell yeah! That story
Mm.
grabs you quick. When you talk about like the first couple hours, and did you give you a nice little tutorial of the gameplay. So I'm seeing through like how satisfying the parrying and the dodging is and all of that stuff. But the story, I'm telling you, they grab you quick. And
Ooh,
you
no
definitely-
spoilers, bro. I'm trying to watch. I'm trying to. You know what
Yeah,
I mean,
you-
it seems
you
like it's
definitely
one
wanna
of
see
those
it through.
emotional roller coaster type of RPGs. And once again, I
Nigga,
haven't really
yes.
seen much gameplay of it. Like I've been kind of every time I see someone post
No,
about
me
it
neither.
too, I be scrolling. You know what I mean? I don't like
Yeah.
from everything that I'm hearing about the game. It seems like something that I will enjoy. People are saying like it's fucking turn-based Sekiro type shit. I'm like, okay, that sounds amazing, bro. I need that. So I will be
Ain't
playing
wrong.
it, but I won't play it until I finish Oblivion. So until this Oblivion is done, I'm not touching Doom. I'm not touching nothing else, bro. We're gonna do one at a time. Cause at this point, yo, if I keep on jumping around, I'm not gonna finish nothing, bro. So I gotta
Yeah,
stick
that's
to,
true.
one
That's true.
game at a time, right?
That's
now.
hard. It's a lot of games out too.
There's a lot of interest. Yeah, there's a lot of games out right now that I'm super interested in, and you guys already know me. I love playing old shit too. There's a couple of old games I want to go play. I want to go replay Death Stranding before the new one. You know what I mean? Like I want to play some old shit too, bro. So
You
I'm
don't got
staying
the
strong.
plan. Yeah.
Coming soon. I'm a stay
You think
strong.
you're gonna
and
try
I'ma
and get
to
that
it.
before the second one come out?
I'm gonna try and beat the game before the second one comes out. So I gotta time myself properly. I'm gonna finish Oblivion soon. I'm actually J-Main. This is my fault. I'll probably be a lot further, bro. But I got a confession, bro. I started the game on PlayStation, right? I jumped over to PC, right?
Uh-huh. You realize the error of your ways.
I'm like, damn, man. I was so
Shit
far in
hit
the
different.
PlayStation joint. These Steam achievements not hidden right now, bro. You know what I mean?
What?
So I jump back on the
Oh my
PlayStation.
fucking god! What is wrong with you, dog?
Yo, I
You
got
don't see
a
that
problem.
he got a PlayStation hoodie on right now, bro.
Bro,
You know what home
bro,
is.
I got a problem, bro. I'm addicted to the trophies, bro. I'm addicted.
Oh my god!
So I
It
jumped
was-
back on. I jumped back on.
It
the
was very
PlayStation version.
suspicious that you were still playing the game. 'Cause usually you be, you know what I mean? You
I'll be
be
done by
outside
now,
like
right?
that.
I'll
You'll
be
be
done.
done with a game by now. Like 3 podcasts go by, you be like, yeah, I'm wrapping it.
I already,
Now you still on it. This nigga was
bro. So
bouncing
I
back
killed a
and
whole
forth.
I might have killed like 15, 20 hours on PC, but now I'm back on PlayStation. But I'm actually, I'm almost done. I have like 60% of the trophies. I'm gonna get the platinum in that. Then I'm gonna move on, bro. I'm a sick man,
the
guys.
platinum.
I'm sorry,
I
guys.
know
I'm
the
a sick
platinum.
man. Yo, the faster
Sick man with
PlayStation.
sick thoughts.
Listen. This is why I envision a future that one day that doesn't matter where you buy a game. If you buy a game on PC specifically, it gives you an option, J-Main, bro. sign into Xbox Live, sign into
Oh my
PSN.
God.
That'd be like
Well-
the perfect thing for me, bro. I'll stay on
Well-
PC and just get my trophies the way it is, bro. That'd be perfect for me.
You see what they said in the quarterly reports? PlayStation, monthly active users is more important than
day
console
one.
sales at this point. You already know.
Day one releases might be on the horizon. Hold up, but we're gonna get to that. But honestly, that's all I've been playing, man. I'm gonna finish it up soon though. If not, if not this long weekend that got coming up, next week I'm gonna have the game beat, and I'm gonna have the
Shout out to Jonathan in the chat. He said it's the trophy sound endorphins that be getting you, like the sound that the trophy makes.
Bro,
it releases the endorphins in your brain.
The same. And I'm somebody. I have a special kind of OCD in the sense that I like my shit organized, even when I'm playing games to a certain extent. I just love seeing
Like, if you a completion on it.
I love the completion. Like that shit adds to my experience. Some people say, "Yo, it's nothing. Who cares?" But for some reason, it satisfies a different type of level, experience for me, bro.
It could be that for me, but I had to learn to let go. I just had to. I had to force myself.
And it hits different. Getting that bar 100%, bro. When you beat a game and the shit says like little 20, 30%, it don't hit the same. When the shit says 100%,
you beat the game.
When it says 100%, that shit hit different, bro. I'm telling you, that shit hit
the game. That's the only satisfaction you need.
Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. We need to listen. We're low-key entering that kind of era in gaming. If you guys haven't peeped it, bro, but it just needs to come faster. The era of just everything cross progression. Everything like everyone's just cross play. I think it's gonna get to a point. Obviously, PlayStation is gonna implement the cross save, but I would love for a future where they give you the option where if you buy a game on a platform here, you can sign into your account here and have cross save and take the perks. Because if the whole goal is monthly active users, at least let the people sign in to to their preferred their preferred platinum to play to.
You know what you need to do,
games, bro?
Like the people that like trying to eat healthy, so they take a bite of a salad and then sniff a bar of chocolate. You need to when you get a Steam achievement, you just got to play the trophy.
Oh man, you think I gotta do that? Oh man, it don't hit
just
the
so you,
same, bro.
Just so you get the sound.
I think I'm strictly gonna play like multiplayer games on PC at this point, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I might just strictly be playing multiplayer on PC, bro, because it don't.
That is the blasphemy.
Until I shake this addiction. That's what Until I shake this addiction, and I gotta do that, man. I don't know, man. But anywho, man, we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to cover, man. Let's get to it. Let's not waste no time, man.
And get them goddamn donations up. It's looking dry out.
We do appreciate
I know y'all
that like
paid.
button. Y'all hit that like button too, man. You can do that. But what's it called? Let's get into the main topic, man. Let's not waste no time. Grand Theft Auto. Theft Auto.
Let's talk about it.
There's been some developments since the last time we have been podcasting. There's been some major developments. All right, so Jamie, break it down for the people, man.
Okay, so we didn't do it. All right, so the last we have heard from GTA prior to these new recent developments was just pretty much that one trailer that came out. I believe it was December 2023. So we've been looking for just an update on the game. A lot of people were still hoping that the game would drop in 2025, like they had initially announced. But a lot of people also are on the end that Rockstar, they have a history of delaying things, and those people ended up being right. Rockstar came out with a post and pretty much said that the game will be delayed. They did give a date, and unfortunately that date is May 26th of 2026?
I think so.
I believe is the date, so that is the new date. People, because it is May as of right now, people feel like it's like a year delay, but only because they said it was supposed to come out late 2025. So it's really like a 6-month delay. But being that we're a year from that, it still feels like a year.
J-Main, real quick before you continue.
Yeah.
We were in survival mode. A lot of people didn't make it. A lot of people didn't make it.
For real.
We were right there, J-Main. A couple of months away from potentially playing one of the greatest games ever made, the most expensive game ever made. You know what I mean? The most detailed game ever made.
The most anticipated game ever
J-May.
made. Like it tops it all.
I told you a couple of podcasts ago that your boy was feeling like shit. I don't feel the greatest. I switched up my whole diet. I lost about 15 pounds. You know
There you go. Congratulations. Shout out to you. That's good.
I ain't gonna lie to
Clap
you.
it up.
GTA was in my sight. Some people be like, yo, Kofi, not living for your family? Not to see your kids grow? Can't even lie, man. GTA was what I was looking at. You know what I mean? Like, GTA, we gotta live to see this, bro. Ain't no fucking way. We gotta be careful. We putting our seatbelt on. We eating salad. You know what I mean? Driving the speed limit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Looking both ways if we crossing the road. Not taking no extra trips. Doing nothing extra. We playing it safe so we can enjoy this GTA, bro.
That's the goal of the day. Get home safe.
Get home safe. J-May, they delayed this shit a whole fucking year, bro. A whole fucking year, bro. So now, it's a whole nother year of being extremely cautious and protecting ourselves. We can't do wild shit anymore. You know what I mean? My boys invited me to go run some ball the other day. I'm like, you know what? GTA coming out. Let me chill.
He saw what happened to Tatum. He said for him it was an Achilles. For me, it's my life.
You know what I mean? I said, yo, GTA coming out. Let me stay my black ass home, man. Let me just go to my work and come back home, man. I ain't taking no risk type shit. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna injure none. I ain't gonna hurt none. You know what I mean? I might do a little move. I'm a little old now. I might just, break some. I ain't trying to. Let me take my black ass home, bro. So I didn't run no ball, bro.
Nah, yeah. That's a fact, though, man.
In all seriousness,
trying to
man,
be safe for
the
that
wait
shit.
for this game has been extremely brutal. The wait for this game has been really, really brutal. I can't even lie. I know it will deliver, but it's been brutal.
How long would you technically say you feel like you've been waiting? Because we know, like, not the first game, but GTA 5 came out in 2013. We weren't waiting for GTA 6 at that point. Like, we were playing GTA 5, getting the most out of it, whether you play it online or not.
Then the Red Dead came out.
Right.
We're looking forward to that joint. You know what? It was pretty much after really the launch of Red Dead and people clearing that up, because in the back of our minds we knew, like, yo, obviously they're going to be making GTA 6. You know what I mean? I think initially we probably thought their next project was going to be GTA 6, and obviously they did the whole Red Dead 2 rollout, because remember, it's not really a sequel, it's a prequel. So I guess a lot of us thought maybe Red Dead was going to be like the last in the franchise history, but they ended up doing Red Dead 2, which is a prequel to everything, right?
Yep.
So, I think for a very long time we all been, even, after the launch of GTA 5 and, after like a year or 2, 3 pass, and I think when we entered the PS4 generation, I think we're all thinking about, like, yo, when's next Grand Theft Auto going to come out? I think low-key people have been waiting since the PS4 generation when the next Grand Theft Auto is going to come out. You know what I mean? So just for the simple fact that, we finally got a little bit of a timeline, and now we have to wait a little bit further. It's a long wait, man, but I do think Rockstar is going to deliver from everything that we saw from this new trailer that they dropped. I know you didn't get to it, but they did drop a new trailer.
Yes.
In wake of the delay, which I got playing right now, and the game looks even better than the first trailer visually.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, this trailer was cut really nice. We got the biggest contrain in the gaming community here.
Oh, brother.
You know what I mean? We got the biggest contrain in the gaming community.
That delay did not hurt me. You
know what I mean? So I definitely want to hear from him, man. I definitely want to hear from the Saints Row fan, #1 fan. You know what I mean?
What's crazy?
Something to say about this Grand Theft Auto, bro.
You know what's crazy? I've been gassing up this new Mafia game. I'm like, yo, that Mafia game might end up being better than GTA 6.
Oh, please.
But after that trailer, I'm gonna have to take that back. We'll get
to
on top of
this. GTA.
But
okay,
yeah,
so let's talk about the trailer.
The second trailer was bombs.
Okay, can you please?
Worse than the first one.
Can you tell us
why
you really like this?
I didn't
In
move
what
the
way?
needle.
In what way?
I was just watching it. I was like,
What were you expecting to see? Can you explain? What were you? Tell us, the people.
What was I
like, we want to know.
See?
Yeah.
Maybe a little more gameplay, a little more bang shoot, you know what I mean? A little more action, you know what I mean?
A little more unga bunga.
A little more unga bunga. That trailer didn't do nothing for me, man.
So
The story, the whole love
thought
story. I'm like,
what do you mean? So okay, so first of all, obviously the way these trailers are done, like if you watch any other Rockstar trailer in the past, they never really done like a straight kind of gameplay cut trailer like that. You know what I mean? There's always kind of mixed with the cinematics in a sense, right? So if you're expecting them to do like an 8-minute gameplay, oh, this is how the game's gonna play, you're not gonna get that until the game comes out, bro. Like that's not how they cut their trailers, first of all. So pretty much going off this Grand Theft Auto, well, with the second trailer, I guess it's just diving deeper into what we can expect with some of the characters in the game that we're going to encounter, right? Where we're probably going to get some missions from, maybe some antagonists, and just the overall theme and feel of the game. I think that's what this trailer was meant for, and I think it will 100% delivered on that message. On like, it seems like we're about to get some sort of Bonnie and Clyde, either some sort of Bonnie and Clyde kind of retelling by Rockstar.
Yeah,
and I'm kind of with that. I'm with that
too.
I
might fuck
kind
with
of
it in practice, like when the game comes out, but that trailer didn't sell it for me. I'm like, yeah.
So you didn't like seeing more like of Jake, because I feel like the first trailer was side and kind of getting more of her character. I feel like this trailer was more like Jason's, as well as introducing the new characters and stuff that you might, like Kofi said, interacting with during the game. I feel like this trailer did a good job with Jason's side, even making his character to me even look a little like mysterious almost. Like what is his backstory? Like we know, like you see more about Lucia and how she's a troubled person and just getting out of jail and stuff like that. And then you just see Jason coming to pick her up.
Yeah.
Like, and then you start to get more like you see more stuff about the police and stuff like that. Like, does he have any like previous connections with them? Is he somebody that was
undercover?
A former officer?
That's like a running theory right now that he may be undercover.
Or even when he
the story's gonna be tough.
Picked her up at the jail, and the guy was like, "Have I seen you before?" Like, you know what I'm saying?
That could be a clue right there.
Yeah, that could be like a little clue right there. Like maybe he was like police work, type of undercover shit.
But it's definitely gonna be interesting if Jason is kind of an undercover cop, because like the whole concept of GTA is kind of like to wild out in the streets, right? Because do you think that would kind of make sense when you can go and just pull up to any sort of block and just cause all sorts of mayhem and shooting up the street if he's really a cop this whole time? Like, do you think that kind of aligns it? That's what kind of throws that theory off for me personally, because when the player is in control, like you're gonna go around, you can go around blast people, you're gonna blast other cops. That's GTA, you feel me? So if you being an undercover cop, that's where I feel like I'm a little confused if that's the angle like the story is gonna go. But it's just a theory. But I think that's the only thing that kind of throws a wrench into that theory, just because the whole idea and concept of GTA doesn't really make sense for the protagonist to be a cop when you're gonna be shooting and killing other cops. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I would think
was it Michael a cop for part of it?
No, he wasn't. No. Michael was never a cop. He worked with the feds.
Wasn't he setting it up?
Nah, he worked with the feds.
Was he setting it up on the heist?
He's not a cop, though.
I can't remember how they went around it. I can't remember how.
Well, the beginning of the game. Well, the story for GTA 5, from what I recall, the beginning of the game is that pretty much. What is it? He pretty much wanted to get out of that life. That type of shit. Like during they're doing bank robberies and all sorts of shit, right? He wanted to get out that life, so he kind of staged his own death type situation, working with the feds. I don't know if they were trying to catch. They were trying to catch homie name. What's the guy name? Trevor. Yeah, I don't know if they're trying to catch Trevor or something, but pretty much he kind of worked with the feds type of situation, and he got out of that life. I think that was like kind of the whole introduction of GTA. But he was never really he's not a cop, but he's kind of like some sort of informant type shit. You know what I mean? Or work with the cop. You know what I mean? So I don't see Jason's character being that, just because of that sole reason of the concept of GTA. I don't think it's gonna be an undercover cop type of story. I don't think so. Okay. But I do see them doing the multiple endings thing again. I definitely could see that, and you could have like what would be wild option? How about, or even if they don't go that route, another route they can do is like, how about they have one of them, you got to kill one of them, or Lucia got to kill Jason, or it turns into one of those type of stories where,
that's what another theory people been thinking, like,
right? They're pinned against each other, right? Yeah, they're pinned against each other. That would be like a crazy twist too, right?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty fire. I can't wait for this game, man.
I remember you had that option in GTA 5 about like who to kill and shit like that.
I killed the fuck out of Trevor, bro. I think I killed the fuck out of Trevor.
My
I
first
left
kill was
everyone. Everyone was alive.
it was Michael. I chose Michael at first.
Oh,
Because
yeah?
I ain't like that. I ain't like that whole shit he did to Trevor. I ain't like the way he was treated. Like he treated Trevor, and they was in on that shit in the beginning, and then he fucking flipped on them and went with the feds and all that. I ain't like Mike, but then I went back and made sure everybody lived.
make sure everyone lived. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so other takeaways from this trailer, right? Because once again, outside of story beats that we can try to pick at, I think this was a good look at the world itself, right? This was confirmed to be all in-engine, in-game, whatever the phrase that they use, running on a PlayStation 5, right?
Yep.
So, what's your thoughts on the visuals in the sense of like how the world looks, how detailed is? Like, are y'all not impressed? I'm thoroughly impressed.
I'm happy with the visuals. I'm happy with the visuals.
Amazing.
The attention to detail is incredible, right?
I think it's the best looking game, period. Like for it to be an open world game and they pulling off those type of visuals, attention to detail, physics, animations and shit like that. I don't see how like a game might look more visually appealing, but it's not on that scale. And that's why I could say it's the best overall looking game.
Yeah, I will 100% agree with that. Like, perfect example, I think we both can agree that maybe like Hellblade might have better character models in the sense of like, if we're just talking about like technology and detail in a character model, like Senua's character model looks crazy, but it's the grand picture of everything. Why it looks so good, because once again, we got insane amount of attention to detail. Like we got like beer fuzz, the bubbles popping out of a beer bottle. Like it's just all the little things that went into this game makes the overall picture like incredible. You know what I mean? Like the overall scenes and everything looks so fucking good. So it's definitely gonna be the best looking game that we've probably played in a hot minute. Yo. Especially for the scale and size of what the game is going to be. It's cool.
But in order to reach those visuals, I do think FPS
what we're gonna be playing.
What we gonna be playing this game at? Yeah, I can't see some shit like this running.
You think you think there's no scenario where even on a device like the PS5 Pro with utilizing technology like PSSR or whatever, you don't think there's no world where they can turn down some sort of graphics to get this running at a 60 frames per second or even like a 40 frames per second unlock type situation? There's no world you don't see that.
Maybe the 40 FPS mode, but I think as much shit that they would have to turn off for the performance mode, it wouldn't even be worth it. Because other games we've been seeing, like they got like the RTGI and shit like that baked in on there. I think it has some RT reflections. I think some of it was screen space reflections. I was listening to Digital Foundry a little bit. They was kind of like breaking down their analysis on it. So it would be very hard. And then you got to also factor in all of the stuff that they're doing that taxes the CPU. With Rockstar games, because it's a bunch of different systems with everything going on and how detailed and intricate everything is. Yeah, I just can't see it. I can't see it running at 60 FPS. I can't wait to see what that shit look like on the Series S. Like,
that's what's very interesting about this. Look, on one hand, Rockstar are wizards, which they have proven to be wizards, because we look once again even on the Xbox One. Look how good Red Dead Redemption 2 looked on an Xbox One, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It looked good across all platforms. If we're just being honest, yes, granted there were 30 FPS, but what they were able to do was good. So, does that give us faith that the game's going to be extremely optimized, so a sense that maybe it looks this fantastic, but they put up the time and effort to optimize it in a way that we can get like a 60 FPS mode, performance mode on something like a PS5 Pro or something like that?
Nope. Because GTA games have more going on than the Red Dead games. Red Dead is definitely busy and a lot going on in Red Dead, but GTA it has cities with buildings and pedestrians and cars and bikes and people walking. It's like it's so much shit going on in the world at the same time that I think like even with the PS5 it being a next generation versus the PS4, like it's just too much. It's just too much to get that shit
Part of
at
me,
60.
part of me feels like they're gonna have something though for the Pro. Like they're gonna have to have something for the PlayStation 5 Pro. PlayStation clearly got some sort of
Higher resolution.
marketing. So I'm very curious what the Pro enhancements for this game is going to be. If it's just a higher native or baseline resolution from what it is, and I think that's going to be a little bit disappointing. Hopefully they do have like
But that's what they did with
unlock FPS mode though, like at least
I know we
FPS
in
mode.
I know we in the era of whatchamacallit, the era of performance modes and shit like that. But Red Dead on the Series X, that's like what it was. It was like I think it was running at 4K versus what it was running at on the PS4 Pro, which I think was just like the PS4, but I think more solid in terms of like frame rates and shit like that. I don't know, but it wasn't like a 60 FPS mode and stuff like that either. So we'll see. If anybody can pull it off, it is Rockstar, just because of how much manpower they have. To hopefully like optimize a performance mode, but I just don't see it happening.
You don't.
And plus, as a company, nigga, they gonna want to sell you the they gonna want to sell you
PS6 for PS6.
Yeah, they gonna want to sell you the 60 FPS version for PS6, and then the PC version first, and then the PS6 version of 60 FPS. Yeah, they already know they can get away with that. So why do it?
I guess we can wait and see. After seeing this trailer, I guess I got a second question. Tony can answer this one. Do you think, after seeing the second trailer, do you think this pretty much confirms this game definitely going to be one of those $100 games? What do you think? Or you think Rockstar?
I think so.
You think so?
I think so. They were the first ones to go up to 80. I mean 70 this generation with the 2K games and all that. So I think they made that jump. At least 80. I don't think you get it for less than 80.
Oh, okay.
But I could see 100. I could see 100. I think it's gonna get delayed again. I think we're looking at September again. The release.
I wouldn't be surprised.
September.
At this point, I wouldn't be.
I mean, if you
people were dropping all kind of. I had a homie who was dropping all kind of advanced stats. He was like, "Yo, when it drops, that's when the Americans are like doing their finals and this and all kind." He was like, "Yo, they not gonna release it right there." So who knows? But I think September.
That May day is a little weird.
For a Rockstar game, right? Like a GTA.
Yeah,
I think they'll do it closer to like November type shit or October.
Yeah, I think
or something like that.
GTA 4 might have been the only one that launched like at a time like that. I think GTA 4 was it April? Yeah, April.
Came out in April.
April 2008.
Yo, listen, it's Grand Theft Auto though. Anytime the game comes out, it's gonna make all sorts of noise. Still, you know what I mean? Like I don't think they gotta duck anything. Any world nothing. They don't got anything going on in any entertainment type of shit.
Yeah. Not that they would be ducking anything, but it's just I don't know. It just seems like a weird date, and it's something that I could see easily slipping into like fall of 2026.
Yeah, I could see that too. Now at this point, man, I thought I had faith for them that they would get this one, but clearly they was not.
I did too. I did too. I
thought they weren't gonna repeat some old shit, but I guess history is repeating itself. And from what I remember, I feel like Red Dead got delayed twice before it freaking came out. Like officially delayed twice before it came out.
So the pattern is you get a release window, which we had when they said 2025, like fall 2025. And then you get the first release date, and then from there they delay it one more time, and you get the final release date. So don't be surprised to get one more release date.
Okay. All right. So Take-Two recently, I think they did some sort of like quarterly reportings today or something, right? They did some sort of details where they were kind of just talking about
I think it was a quarterly.
Was it a quarterly? Okay.
Let me see. Yeah, because they had announced a bunch of sales figures and stuff.
Yeah.
It was a quarterly reporting.
Okay, so pretty much, I think the CEO, I forgot his name, but he did come out and say that he's 100% confident that they're gonna get this date. It's gonna land on this actual date. We're speaking on.
What's his name? Strauss Zelnick.
Yeah, he said he was confident that it's gonna land on the date that they actually gave. So We gonna see,
That's
man.
what he said last. That's what he said last time. That nigga just not trying to drop that stock price no more, yo.
Facts.
And they said that pretty much the time that's being spent now is just really for game polish. It's not like the game's not done or anything. I think it's just for the extra work to make it the best game possible. And you know what? To be honest, I'm not too mad at them because for a game this anticipated, you do want to launch it right. You know what I mean? You want to launch it.
Yeah.
And you took this long, man.
You might as well, yeah. You know, like you already took this long, so if you need the time to make it literally like the best experience ever for any sort of Grand Theft Auto fan, then might as well delay it. Then you know what I mean? We don't want no fucking bugs or any weird shit going on, anyways, right? Because they just set a high bar, a high standard for themselves that they gotta meet it. They gotta meet that.
He was definitely talking some bullshit to the stockholders because he said that Rockstar typically makes their dates once they set them when it comes to their game. I'm like, you a fucking liar. And they just had that same with Red Dead Redemption and GTA 5. Like, what's he talking about? Yeah, but yeah, he definitely trying to save face.
You guys believe the GTA 4 this year?
Oh, there's rumors about a remaster, right?
Remaster
Something like
of
that.
GTA 4.
Low key.
They probably could pump something out they probably could pump a game like that out rather quickly, like get it outsourced. I don't think something like that will probably will have a crazy development cycle. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
To be honest,
but they gotta be careful because that last shit they did when they gave it to Grove Street Games
people still bought it though. You know what's crazy? People still bought that joint though. A lot of people still bought that joint, bro.
I bought it.
I bought it.
A lot of people still bought it, bro.
I didn't think it was as bad as everyone said. I didn't think it was as bad.
Nah, it needed some more time in the oven for sure, though. But I can see a GTA 4.
The AI that they use on some of the signs and everything. It didn't make sense.
That was early stages of AI. They wasn't, they wasn't supposed to push that through. But shit, what they need to do is go ahead and put that do a Red Dead joint too. I don't know what they waiting on with that
patch, right? At least a 60 FPS on that.
At least a patch. But they probably gonna repackage that shit, enhance edition and all that.
Yeah, at some point, for sure.
Because that game's still selling like hotcakes too. It just did like 4 million in this quarter alone, and it's now at like 74 million total.
Wow.
GTA.
I would get to the Red Dead 1. Now they got the 60 FPS on PS5. When there's a hello drive, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to it on PS5.
You never played that?
The first joint.
I never played the first one.
So, go play that.
I went straight to 2.
Classic game.
2 is better. I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah. You know what? It's been so long since I played the original Red Dead, but obviously it has its moments that's super impactful. You know what I mean? Like,
one might have the more impactful story. Actually, I don't even know.
I don't even know. Yeah, because
two story was very
Arthur Morgan's story is crazy.
This story is fucking wild. It is.
I don't know, but that's not a bad take though. If you think 2's better than 1, that's not a bad take at all.
And I'm somebody. I played 1 right before 2 came out. So I didn't get to experience it within the zeitgeist. But when I played it, I was like, this is cool. It wasn't, it didn't blow me away like a lot of people had. So,
certain games at the time when you experience it hit different, bro. It just is what it is.
For sure.
It's like playing Halo Combat Evolved now. Like, if someone played that now, I'd be like, yo, what's the big deal? But you wouldn't know how revolutionary that game was when it initially came out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, some things people won't understand because people have done it better over the years. Like, they built on this kind of, template and done it better.
Right. But I do think objectively speaking, it's better. 2 is better.
All right, so let's move on. I think that's enough GTA, man. When the game come out, we're going to play it, man. We're going to stay safe until the game come out. I hope everybody sees the light a day, even my haters, you know what I mean? Hope y'all see the light today to play some GTA.
I need a couple niggas to not make it.
Even my haters.
I need my haters to die on their way to pick up the game. Nigga, fuck is you talking about?
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, that's right.
Yo, come on.
Come on, bro. Crazy.
Yo.
All right, so moving on, man. Let's talk about the next big thing that kind of happened during the fucking week, man. Gears of War, man. The
Yeah.
heavily rumored Gears of War
Bounce, man. Bounce, man.
remake has been finally been revealed, and it's not a trilogy collection, but it really is just Gears of War.
Yeah, they said
Ultimate
we try and
Edition
piece you up.
repackaged.
They said we try and piece you up.
Yep. So I'm pretty sure everyone here knows by now because it was a pretty big day on the timeline when it happened. But the first Gears of War is getting a re-release, and it's coming out for PC, PlayStation, and also the Xbox. But if you own the original Gears of War Ultimate Edition on Xbox, you get the game for free. I think it's a free upgrade.
Yes.
From my understanding, the enhancements to this version called Gears of War Reloaded is that it's 4K native. You know what I mean? Or I believe is the who knows, but it's 4K. Apparently, it's 120.
It should be. I don't see why it wouldn't
120 frames per second. I don't know if this was confirmed or not, and maybe someone in the chat or you could correct me if you know. But have they moved the engine over to Unreal Engine 5? Is that what happened? No. So it's not even that. Okay.
No.
Okay. So, yeah. So it seems
It's basically
like
a remaster of the remaster. That's
yeah.
pretty much
So
what it is.
so, when I was looking at the screenshots, they actually don't have a trailer of this right now. I got like the old Ultimate
Yeah,
trailer.
that was weird.
It's
That was
weird.
They didn't put a trailer out.
I think it's a reason why they didn't do a trailer of this because J-Main ain't gonna look this shit ain't gonna look any different, bro. This shit ain't gonna look any different because they did.
Especially if you
release
played
a
the
couple
Ultimate Edition on PC.
Yeah, exactly. They did put like a
much
couple of
better.
screenshots, and honestly, I'll be lying if I told you I noticed any of a difference. Where you will know in terms of like textures, lighting, that aspect, right? I didn't notice really any difference from the Ultimate Edition, but obviously it's going to be playing at a higher resolution and a higher FPS. So, boom.
Right.
So it seems to be that's the reason why Xbox players, if you have the Ultimate Edition, you get it for free. They don't even want to charge you for this shit because they know it'll be like a massive ripoff. Like when people do the comparisons, right? So this could be very strategic, really just trying to get the franchise out on other platforms, and that's why I kind of believe it exists. I believe this exists to release the franchise on PlayStation, get this on Steam, so when E-Day's coming out, it won't be a major shocker when that game launches on PlayStation. That's what I think that's happening here. That's what I think that's happening here right now.
I have a question for Kofi since he's the Gears guy.
What's
Do
up?
you prefer this over the rumor where it's just the single player for the 3 games?
You know what?
Ooh.
You know what?
Good question.
I think I think I much rather of them release the 3 main campaigns with no multiplayer. I know some might think that's crazy.
No, hell
I know
no,
some might think
man.
that's crazy, but
No.
I think it would have fared for a better package, especially releasing it since kind of like the main thing is releasing it on PlayStation. That's kind of like the big deal, right? Right. So I think in that aspect it would have been. Let me cook, Jay, man. I think in that aspect it would have been dope, and it would definitely prepare, that player base for E-Day, which will include the multiplayer. But the other route that they could be going is, which I think they are, is what you said earlier, Tony. They're probably gonna piece it. A lot of people have been asking for Gears 2 and Gears 3 to release on PC for a very long time, right? So this could be. I wouldn't even be shocked right now during Xbox's showcase, right? They'd be like Gears 2 anniversary, or you know what I mean? Gears 2 anniversary at a later date or some shit. Like I would not be shocked. But I do feel like they kind of just threw this out there because they do want to introduce the franchise to the PlayStation community and get them aboard, because I do think E-Day will end up launching on PlayStation day 1. That's what I think.
So, in terms of the story with E-Day,
It's a prequel to the first game.
to the first game, right? So I was gonna say, like, I think
It's Red Dead Redemption 2, pretty much.
I think you can
I wouldn't be
get.
surprised if they just give you a battle hold that and it's just the first game then. If it's a prequel, I won't be surprised. It's just like we got this in the tuck. We got this Gears 1 in the tuck from when we remade it already. Let's just put on other ones and just hold that. And they don't actually bring the 2 or 3.
They don't bring 2 or 3 at all.
I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised if they just like.
I think
I mean,
I
one's
think they
enough.
still
Hold
do.
that.
I do think
think
they bring back 2 and 3 because I think
Especially
I think
if
I think
E-Day
they,
does
first of all,
well.
I feel like there won't be hard port. Like it wouldn't be something drastically hard for them to do. Number one, I think it makes sense because obviously there's nostalgia behind that, and it'll be a good way to revive or just draw attention to the Gears franchise once again by porting those 2 games over or just bring them resurrecting them, as well as I think doing that and leading up to the hype of E-Day would be smart. But I do think they're probably gonna try and piecemeal it because
You
once
think
again,
they can?
Gears,
You think they
because
can get 2 and 3 out before they drop?
Before
E-Day?
E-Day?
Are we
think
assuming?
so.
Are we
I don't
assuming
think they
E-Day comes
have
out in
to.
2026? Are we assuming E-Day is coming out in 2026?
Yeah,
I'd
yeah,
say so.
yeah,
I'd say
yeah.
so.
I would say so. Yep. I don't think, but do you? I haven't played 2 and 3. Do you feel like they would need to though? Like with E-Day, isn't it just like a pre? Do you feel
Yeah.
more of an impact if you played 2 and 3 and then E-Day? Like,
Yeah,
does
so-
that really make a big difference?
No. So what you're saying is absolutely correct. So maybe they do drop the first Gears, right? Maybe this is just very strategic. Peel the Band-Aid off. Gears of War is coming to PlayStation. It's coming to PC. It's coming everywhere, right? Gears of War is officially multiplayer, right? Peel that Band-Aid off. Drop E-Day. Day 1 for everybody. Then maybe down the road,
maybe-
let's do
yeah,
Anniversary 2,
Yes.
Anniversary 3. It makes sense,
Yeah.
right? It
That's
makes a lot of sense.
I'd say that's
go
probably
about
maybe
that.
the road they go.
I do think that's a strategy. But when I was disagreeing with you, 3 complete single players versus the multiplayers, I think the multiplayer is a part of the bread and butter for Gears. So I think if
That
the
is true.
sacrifice was coming back with all 3 in a package without the multiplayer, I think you kind of got to get that multiplayer in there to try to revitalize that that player base in some way possible over spending that time on trying to get 2 and 3 all into a package together, because that's what's going to keep that shit alive. And I
You're
think
not wrong. Gears.
if they did
Gears-
sacrifice that, it was smart. I do
No,
think that.
yeah, you're not wrong about the Gears multiplayer obviously being a major component, like right? That's like the thing that we loved about it. But the thing with Xbox is like earlier multiplayer games, like with like the Halo and the Gears, like it was almost like a 1-2 combo. Like, don't get it twisted, people really cared about the single players of those games. You know what I mean? Like, we really cared about the Halo single player at one point in time. We really cared about the Gears single player, especially when the trilogy was going on. Like,
The trilogies.
the trilogy was really fucking good. Like,
I
we
think it
actually,
was
like,
really-
a lot
yeah.
of people enjoyed those campaigns, like the whole dynamic between Marcus and Dom, and I don't know. Well, it's been years, like, and what happens to the homie wife. All those are like powerful moments at the time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that shit was sick. And I remember, like, even Gears 3, fighting the queen on the fucking little tower shit. Like, that shit was fucking crazy. Like, those, I'm just saying, the campaigns were important to people too. So if they were to drop like just a 3-peat with the campaigns, I think people would still be excited about it. Yes, there will be us saying where's the multiplayer, but I think the thinking behind it is like, yo, shit, we probably got E-Day coming out not too long ago. So, what I mean, this is just like kind of like the teaser before, the main course type of situation. So,
Do y'all
but,
expect
hey, man.
E-Day to have multiplayer?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine they dropped that with no multiplayer?
Last of Us 2? Holy.
Yeah, that'll be Last of Us 2 all over again. That'll be bad. That'll be very bad.
Yo.
That'd be very, very bad.
That's the only thing keeping me from giving Last of Us 2 a 10 out of 10, man.
Honestly, I think this is the smartest route they could have done for this franchise. Because once again, if you go fire up Gears 5 right now, bro, the lobbies is so fucking sparse. It's not even funny. I think I did that like last year, or maybe even this year, top of this year. That me and the boys, I think was it last year? When did they unveil E-Day? It was last year, right?
Last year, the summer showcase.
Okay, summer showcase, bro. When we seen that, we were so hyped. We all installed Gears 5. We're like, yo, we can't wait to jump back on and play a little bit. We did a couple custom games. We went on to ranked or custom or the player match, quick play.
Yeah.
That shit said 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. That shit was taking forever to find a match. I'm like, yo, I can't believe it just made me sad. I'm like, yo, this franchise is like literally my high school years. This and Halo, bro, like were the high school games that mans were on, at least in my school. Mans were on the Gears heavy and the Halo heavy and the Call of Duty back when I was in high school. So it's just sad to see that, like, yo, nobody playing this shit. Like, none of the, all you new boys, all you Tony boys playing the Fortnites, taking up the Gears real estate, and all this. Oh man, it just made me sad when I saw that shit dead.
Gears,
that's the real epic game right there. Yes, sir.
right? Gears Reloaded is like gonna be the closest thing we get to like traditional multiplayer. Even though like Gears was in itself like it was a great multiplayer, but it was also an acquired taste because you know shotgun, ball bounce, and shit like that. A lot of people like, nah, I ain't fucking with that, but a lot of people was like, yeah, I am fucking. So, but that's gonna be like the closest thing we get into like a traditional multiplayer shit this year, unless Battlefield come out. But that's why I'm like, damn, I hope it does good because I'll even, you know what I mean? I'm not the best at it, but I'll play that shit.
I think
like just because it is like a traditional.
I think it's gonna do really well. I think it's gonna do extremely well on PlayStation. I think if history's anything to show by, like Sea of Thieves, it came over to PlayStation. It did extremely well. Fucking Forza Horizon 5 came over to PlayStation, did extremely well. You know what I mean? I think I saw a number floating around that.
While we
like
here,
1.2 million or some shit like that.
While we here, PS5's top 3 best-selling games digital in April were Microsoft titles.
Yeah.
So
and where was Forza?
Oblivion Remastered. Forza was number 3 in the US and number 1 in Europe.
Look at that. That's incredible.
Number 1 was Oblivion Remastered, 2 Minecraft, 3 Forza in the US, and then in Europe it was Forza, Oblivion.
Yeah,
so,
makes a lot of sense.
Xbox
man.
making some money,
bro. They're the biggest.
Just had to sell their ass.
They're the biggest publisher in the game now. So the PlayStation community or the Xbox guys, like I saw a couple of people champion this and celebrate. They should be happy. The games are doing well, right? But like, what do you guys expect? Like, Microsoft literally owns Bethesda. They own Activision. They're always going to be on PlayStation's top list because PlayStation mans buy the games. You know what I mean? They're always going to be on their top list. You know what I mean? And they're one of the biggest third-party publishers out there now. So I think we should expect that, to be honest, going forward. We're going to see the Call of Duties there. We're going to see Bethesda's major games there. You know what I mean? Like, it's just going to be regular. So they're going to be on the charts, which is a good thing for them, man. They're going to cash out by doing this whole multi-platform approach. The thing when people say like quote unquote Xbox is dead, I don't think this needed to be explained, but I guess it does. I think when people say that, they're referring to the console, bro. They're not referring to Xbox as a company. When people are running around saying Xbox is dead, if you don't know, people are saying when it comes to the hardware, which once again they did their reportings, and once again the hardware is on a decline again, and it's been on a decline every year reported for a hot minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah. People know they just being stupid.
Know, I think they're being stupid on purpose. Like when people say Xbox is dead, they're talking about the hardware, bro. They're not talking.
They even doing it with PlayStation now, saying like PlayStation ain't got no game. But if you do read into it, they really talking about. So it's like it's whatever.
Like the first party, you mean, or first party?
Yeah, first party games.
Yeah. So. That's what's happening. But yo, Gears of War, man, it's gonna be big on PlayStation, man. It's gonna be big. It's definitely gonna top the charts when it comes out. I think it's gonna cost what, $39.99. So I'm glad that Microsoft didn't go too crazy with that and decided to charge more. But $39.99.
Some people do feel like that's crazy. Bro. Some people feel crazy.
I think that's extremely reasonable. Extremely reasonable for launching on PlayStation. I think that's reasonable.
So is it only Xbox? Because didn't Gears Ultimate launch on the PC too? Oh, that was on the Windows Store, right?
But it was on the Windows. So this is the first time that it's come in. Let me check. I'm pretty sure it's the first time it's come into Steam. I don't think.
It is.
I don't think Gears Ultimate is on Steam because that's when they started. When they started that whole that initiative. The Play Anywhere initiative.
The Play Anywhere.
It didn't initially start on with Quantum Break. It didn't start with Steam, right? They started with their own storefront. And that shit wasn't working, so they had to drop the games on Steam so they actually could get traction. So yeah, this is the first time.
I still do wonder though if they could have still verified your Xbox account buying the Ultimate on the Windows Store on PC and then still give you the game on PC for free.
Nah, they still want some sales, brother. As much as they shaking ass for
they
Game
like
Pass,
new platform, new money.
As much as they're shaking ass for Game Pass, don't get it twisted. Them boys want some real sales, bro. They want some real sales, man. Like, buying games is still key, people. You know what I mean? The majority of gamers, if you guys don't know, the majority of gamers buy games still. You know what I mean? We buy games. That's the way games are consumed the most. By purchasing them. People buy games, bro. You know what I mean? The Game Pass shit is not that popular. That niggas are not buying games, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Gears Reloaded. Looking forward to
Reloaded. August, man. It's coming out August, by the way. So we're looking forward to that. All right, moving on. We got some PlayStation news that I quickly want to talk about. It seems like PlayStation has officially revealed their new studio that we knew that kind of existed for a long time now. If you don't know, ever since Bungie's been, in some turmoil.
Still some turmoil.
Yeah, and it's still into. I think it's still in some turmoil. I think a couple of developers from there kind of spun off and went to PlayStation Studios and formed a studio, and we finally got a name for them. What's the team's name, J-Main?
Team LFG, which unfortunately doesn't stand for Team Let's Fucking Go. It stands for Looking for Group.
What? Looking for what?
Team Looking for Group, I think it is.
It's Team Let's Fucking Go, bro. They just want to be politically correct, bro. They knew what they were doing with that.
Yeah,
name,
Team
bro.
Looking for a Group. Yeah, they definitely did.
They knew what they were doing with that studio name, which is a dope name, by the way. I'll give it to them. But hey, man, if you guys were tired of PlayStation's live service initiative, it seems like it's not over yet, because this is a live service game that's coming out from them. I think it was the game. Was it the codename Gummy Bears, where it's supposed to be some sort of Super Smash Bros? It seemed like. Wasn't it rumored to be like a Smash Bros type of game or some shit like that? Like, what was it?
It's described as a team-based action game that draws inspiration from fighting games, platformers, MOBAs, life sim, and whatever the fuck a frog type game. I don't
like Frogger, like crossing the road, like Frogger. Like, what are they talking about?
I've never heard of a frog type game in my life. What the hell that means? But I think some of the rumors and speculation was comparing it to like a Smash Brothers style of game.
Yeah, I feel like that was the rumor at one point in time. I don't know if it has changed, but it was like a Smash Brothers type of game at one point in time. So we really have nothing to really dive deep when it comes to this. Outside,
it was some concept art that leaked, but things like that could even change over time. So nothing concrete to go off of. Just gotta wait.
We gotta wait and see. So we actually.
What I did see, I think, and take this with a grain of salt, Paul Tassi was saying that he heard that this game actually demoed the best in PlayStation, like throughout the PlayStation company in terms of the live service games, like even better than things like Concord and Marathon. So take for that whatever you will.
So they keeping it around because they might actually have something good. They might have something good.
Wherever you put that bar at, wherever that bar is for you when you hear things like.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of live service, let's get to it, bro.
Damn.
There's been some developments at Haven Studios. J-Main, let the folks know, bro.
Yeah, so right before the podcast, too, probably like an hour or so before, some news broke out of Bloomberg. Shout out to Jason Schreier. He's still doing his thing. He's just over on Blue Sky now. So if you don't see him on your timeline, that's what. But he reported that PlayStation executive Jade Raymond leaves studio she founded. So if you're not familiar, back in 2023, they revealed with the cinematic trailer Fair Game, which is supposed to be an online shooter. It was supposed to be like a heist shooter. I guess if you had to compare it to something, it'd be like Payday maybe. But the reveal trailer didn't really show. Actually, it didn't show any gameplay. All it showed was maybe some character types that you would be playing as, and like this very highly cinematic 3v3 type of environment. And that's all we got. We didn't really get no gameplay from there. We haven't heard shit about it since 2023. And now we hear the latest is that she left the studio. and I guess like they're doing like a co-head of the studio now with 2 other people taking over as the head of the studio. But no reason really came out on why she left, but they did say that after a recent external playtest, it was a lot of questions raised about the game and the direction of the game. And after that is when she announced that she was leaving. So we possibly could be seeing
Another cancellation.
another cancellation, another failed PlayStation first party live service. Shout out to Jim
Honestly,
Ryan.
Cancellation.
honestly, a lot these games, yo, if they weren't confident or if it was playtesting bad, like maybe these are the type of games y'all should have kept in the tuck and announced
Yeah.
it like when it was done instead of kind of like it's just a bad look like revealing the game, saying it's coming out this time, then ended up delaying it, then ended up canceling or releasing it and taking it off the market after a week. You know what I'm saying? Like there's only
Yeah.
so much times you can do that, so people just have like, which they already have now, like just a permanent stain because of Concord. Concord has done so much damage when it comes to the hardcore community or just the hardcore gaming community when it comes to PlayStation multiplayer games. That game has done so much damage because now it's to the point that it doesn't matter what PlayStation announces or how the game looks like, or as soon as they say that, yo, they're making a multiplayer focused game, dog shit. Concord 2.0. That's just that's just a reaction off the rip.
Electric
That's just
Boogaloo.
Yo, I'm just saying
Yo.
that's a reaction off the rip. Now, if you haven't noticed,
for sure.
the timeline, anytime it says PlayStation is making something multiplayer focused, people are not jiggy with it. So
Yeah.
it's unfortunate that their reputation, at least among the I don't know how the casuals feel about shit, but at least among the
But at
core
this point, they
gamers,
earned it. They earned a lot of that smoke. I
know
ain't
what?
even gonna front no more. At first,
you know what? You ain't lying about that. They canceled a lot. They
Yeah.
announced a lot and they canceled a lot. That's the problem.
Yeah.
They also
So I do still feel like we need to like see gameplay before people start like strictly writing shit off. But when it comes to confidence in a PlayStation Live service game,
I'm not mad at
if
it.
you don't have confidence in it off rip, they earned that reputation.
Yeah,
And
right.
they only have them because when it comes to this generation, I think the only successful live service game that they have produced that actually came out this generation was probably what,
They
like
got two.
Helldivers 2 and
GT7.
Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo 7, yeah.
And MLB The Show still does the thing, but they only developed that. They don't, you know what I mean? They don't have ownership of that. They have ownership of the IP, they don't have ownership of the So yeah. So outside of those, it's like, what do you have to show for yourself in this live service initiative? Leaning back to, Jim Ryan, who was the head of this live service initiative. And, I'm 1,000% confident they let his ass go. In fact,
Yeah.
I'm at the point where that Fellware tour was actually too generous for him. They should have dragged him out like they did Sean.
honestly, more and more, it does seem like, and I was Jim Ryan'd out. You know what I mean? But I will say it does seem like
that was your guy.
it does seem like they gave him the boot to me now too, bro. It seems like they gave him the boot, bro.
Because if that was his, if that is his rep, like that was, you know what I mean? He came in 2019. We didn't start seeing the live service games pop up to a little bit after that, and that was him. That's
his legacy. His legacy's kind of
that's
bad.
his legacy.
His legacy's kind of bad.
Yeah.
I can't lie, especially since he's kind of the initiator of this whole live service stuff. It's not like it's one thing if the games came out and they were good, but it seems like first of all the games are not even coming out. Canceled. The Last of Us joint canceled. You know what I mean? Concord came out for a week. Took off the market. Fair Games, we got the director Jade Raymond, which I swear the last 4 or 5 projects she was part of, something always goes south.
I hear this, but when we gonna start firing on that bitch ass nigga Hama host, bro? That's his walk too, bro. That's his
my guy.
walk too.
Well,
no
hold
slander
on.
for Herman Hulse. No slander for him, bro.
You know why I don't
his
give
walk
Herman
too,
Hulse
bro.
too much smoke? He gets smoke, but not Jim Ryan level smoke. He's head of what? He was head of what? First Party Studios. First Party Studios was still cooking in that live service initiative, in my opinion. Games like, to me, Horizon Forbidden West, games like Spider-Man, God of War Ragnarok, those were still a lot of great games that came out of.
Well,
I
I'm
think
sure it was. Wasn't it Harmon, not Jim Ryan, saying that Conquer was the next Star Wars and all that?
no, and you right, and that's where he definitely deserves
You deserve some smoke because of that, huh?
multiplayer game again because he had that much that and the way it shipped. Then no.
And he's trying to force Horizon on us, like.
No, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't
And like
nothing wrong with that.
we can't give him no
No.
credit for Last of Us
No.
2. That was already that was gonna cook regardless. That was already in the works. That was already gonna cook. That's Naughty Dog. So
Easy on my
nah,
guy,
we
Herman
gotta
House.
we gotta
you know
fire
what I
that guy,
mean?
bro. We gotta fire that guy, yo.
He's the one who
mean-
handed Kojima the Guerrilla Games Decima engine. Easy on that man, bro. You know what I mean? He gave it. He's like, yo, he was walking out the studio. He's like, hold this engine. You know what I mean? Never heard the story? That's my guy.
Yeah,
bro.
I definitely did.
Yeah.
Oh,
They say
I'm
you
cutting
cutting out in and out a little bit.
Okay.
But I hear you now. But we'll see. We'll see.
Let me know if it keeps up. I'll pop out and come back in. See.
All right. All right. So yo, it's just looking spooky, man. It's looking spooky. It's looking like another kind of failed game. And the funny thing, you know what's crazy? Bungie is facing some new
Allegations.
Yeah, man. They're saying Bungie is pretty much has plagiarized some sort of art for Marathon
Yes.
too. So they're kind of under fire right now by some designers, that like they kind of stole their art. For
You
their
know what's
games.
crazy? I was looking into that shit a little bit too. Apparently the dude that is claiming that the plagiarism, he said that the Bungie, a lot of people from the Bungie team, and I think one of the head guys at Bungie never had no communication with him, spoke to him or anything, and then this happens. So they probably been eyeing this dude a minute and was like, yeah, we gonna pick up that and with it.
Yo, is there a way to change servers in Discord? Like, wasn't there something like that? Like, you change like where the server location
They
is?
used to be.
Did they take? Did they take that away from Discord? We might have to move to a different platform, yo. Blaze low key been telling me about a different platform where they do their little live stream shit. I might have to switch over if Discord keeps on doing this, yo.
Let me back out and come back.
Yeah. Go ahead and back out and come out. I think they use something else. I don't know what it is, but they use a
one of them
different platform.
Streamlabs or something like that.
Something different, but I'm gonna find out what he using, and I'm gonna see if I can switch over to that. I'm gonna see if I can switch over to that for real. But J-Man's gonna pop out and come back real quick. But yeah, I guess we could talk about the Mafia, man. We definitely need to talk about Mafia. Tony's most anticipated game, the one that he was gassing up.
That $50 price tag spooky, bro.
You think
And niggas
so?
gonna be like, yo, bro, why are you complaining, bro? What's
think the
wrong?
50
It's cheaper. But nah, bro.
You know why it's cheaper. There's a reason why they're selling you the game cheaper. There's the game about to be 8 hours. You know that, right?
It's not even.
The game
You think
about
that's
to be
all
8
it
hours.
is? You think that's all it
I think
is?
I think the game about to be 8 to 10 hours, bro.
Bro, I pay full price for 8 hours.
What do you think the issue is gonna be?
I think that shit's spooky. I think
Nah,
it's short.
I think it's just short.
I think that's about to be some Mafia 3 copy and paste in a new setting with the gameplay. I feel like
I just think it's gonna be extremely short, and they know they can't justify. They know that they're gonna get backlash for the game if it was full retail price, and they're like, yo, we just finished this shit in 7 hours type shit.
Maybe it might be 5-6. It might if it's.
I feel like it's gonna be short. J-Man, so we just moved over to the Mafia topic and how it cost $50. What was your overall impression of the trailer, bro?
They got the Mafia. They got looking like Indiana Jones. I'm not
What?
fucking with the
It
setting.
didn't look that bad. Yo, Tony B.
That main character.
It didn't look
That main
that
character
bad.
don't look like he got no heart to him.
Oh my god!
Come on!
He's just on some contrarian shit, bro. Listen,
How, bro?
J-Man,
How, bro?
all right, let's hear from J-Man. J-Man, what's your take? What's your take on the gameplay though?
I thought the gameplay looked okay.
It's
It
okay.
didn't look like
it didn't look bad.
Yeah,
it didn't look good.
it didn't look like anything like special or anything like that.
Revolutionary or crazy.
Yeah, no. I can see why the game is $50 based on the way the gameplay was looking. I do think that price shows that the budget for it is probably not that high. They already came out and said it's a linear game, so it's probably not going to be that long. It won't have like side missions or things like that. It'll probably be very straightforward. To be honest, I think the gameplay will be serviceable. I do like what I'm hearing from the main character, and the story of the game, that it is taking it back to the roots of the mob in Italy and shit like that. I do like that. And the main character, he does look like clean, or however Tony says, sissified, or whatever you say. But I think that's how it's going to start. I don't think by the end of the game you're going to feel like that about him, because he probably is somebody that is young, coming into to the family, as they say, and he's going to become a different man by the end of it because of everything he's going to have to go through and become to maintain that lifestyle. So I'm looking forward to it.
What's your predictions on the duration of the game? Because that's obviously why the game is priced at what it's priced. So what do you think? How long do you think this game's going to be?
I'll probably say like 10 hours, 10 to 12, something like that.
Yeah, I'm saying 8 to 10. I think it's going to be anywhere between 8 to 10 hours.
How long? I know the Mafia 1 and 2, they were pretty linear, right? They had some open world stuff too.
Yeah, but
not crazy, right?
From what I remember, Mafia 2 was like a good 14, 15 hours though. So it's nothing too crazy. It's not too off from that. I'm pretty sure it only took like 15 hours to beat Mafia 2.
So according to how long to beat, Mafia 1, 16, Mafia 2 actually 12.
It's around
16 if you do the extras and stuff like that. Definitive edition, say 10 and a half, 11. Yeah, I think it'll be around that length.
You think it's gonna be okay?
Yeah, 10 between 10 and 12 hours. I think it'll be.
So
and I'm not mad at that, because
do you think that's the reason why the game costs that much? Because that was kind of a shock to people. I didn't finish Mafia 3 because I started it. I didn't really like it. I don't remember too much about Mafia 3. So if anyone could tell me, was that game a true open world game, or was it like the open world Mafia 2 style game?
Mafia 3, you said?
Yeah, was it like
it was more open. It was more open.
It was more open than 2, and I hated it for that. I hated it because that open world to me was ass.
I like the linear.
Yeah.
The open world was ass. So if you're not gonna go all out with your open world, and that's what I appreciate about what I'm seeing from this new Mafia, is that they've probably felt like, all right, we're not gonna go all out on our open world to make it something very intriguing. So just make it linear. And so many games could have saved themselves if they took that same mantra of just make your shit linear. It's okay. It's okay. People everything does not need to be open world. I know that was like a big thing last generation, but I think now we've kind of come back to a balance of people wanting things to be linear, 12, 15 hours. Yeah, everything is fucking 30 to 50 hours just to beat the main story, and then 100 hours if you want. It don't need to be that, especially when a lot of shit is repetitive, very samey. Been there, done that type of stuff. If you're not bringing nothing new to the open world, then do you really need to be?
J-Man, I need a take from you, bro. I need your opinion. I'm gonna take your opinion. So I sent out a tweet. It was a couple of days ago. It was in response of another tweet. Someone put two pictures, right? Someone said $50. I had a screenshot of Mafia, the whole country. Then I had $80 versus $80. I had a screen of Mario Kart, bro. Mario Kart,
the new one? Yeah,
and
yeah.
I quote retweeted it. I'm like, I ain't gonna front, man. I'd rather play Mario Kart. And they try to fry me. Am I bugging?
They should.
J-Man, so I want to ask you, J-Man. You had the choice between two games. You only could play one. Between Mario Kart Worlds and Mafia the Old Country. What are you picking? The fact that you're sitting here pretending like you're thinking about this is insane to me. The fact that you're sitting here pretending like you're thinking about this is insane to me, J-Man. Don't leave me out on the ledge by myself, because you know what you picking. Stop playing. I want the chat to participate. You only can pick between one of the games. Mario Kart Worlds or Mafia the Old Country. What you playing?
This is a great question. You know why? You know why this is a great question?
Be for real.
Because Mario Kart World ain't got no business even being in the same conversation with some shit like Mafia the Old Country. Get that shit the fuck out of here. We on Mario Kart. They fucking won $80 a night. We playing that shit. The fuck is we talking about here? What's we talking about here?
Thank you. Why they trying to make me look like I be saying some wild shit? Man said, yo,
niggas gonna be online.
Yo, bro,
playing through all the CCs. Getting gold on all the CCs. Like, this ain't even first place. This ain't even a question. Unlocking all the outfits, all the costumes in the car. What are we talking about here?
Like, yo, they made me. I was reading the section of that shit. They made me seem like I was a madman for having that kind of take. He's like, Kofi always has these wild. I'm like, yo, when did this become a wild take? This is a mad normal take. Y'all out of y'all mind if y'all think I'm gonna pick Mafia the Old Country over fucking Mario Kart. I don't give a fuck if they have realistic facial features and none of that good. Bro, how many games have we played like this, bro? Mario Kart, we get that every what? We get that once a generation? Bro, I'm on that Mario Kart, bro. I need that. I need that injected in my veins.
You a grown ass man and you looking forward to Mario Kart? It's for the kiddies.
Absolutely, bro. Are you crazy? We in there day one, shit. Bro. Day one, we in there.
Not even a question.
Damn. People are commenting like I was bugging, bro. I'd rather spend the $80 on I'm gonna play it too. Don't get it twisted. I'm gonna play it too. But shit, if I had to pick between one, I'm buying the $80 Mario Kart, bro. No questions asked. I'm in there like swimwear, bro. Easy. Mm-hmm. But that's neither here or there. But yeah, Mafia the Old Country, $50. I'm gonna check it out when it drops. You know what I mean? I'm gonna check it out. All right, moving on. Doom: The Dark Ages reviews came out. I think the game's actually available to purchase today. I think it officially came out today. I think they had an early access period, like maybe 3 or 4 days earlier or something like that.
Yesterday, I think it was yesterday. Officially came out.
So officially came out yesterday. All right, bet. Doom: The Dark Ages, man, another game that I do plan on playing. I just want to quickly go over the reception of the game. Mm-hmm. It seemed to review pretty well. A little bit lower than I thought, but overall, it's still pretty well.
I had a feeling that this one would have cracked like the 90s because I think Doom 2016 was in the 80s. I think it was like an 86, and I think Doom Eternal was like an 88. I thought the Dark Ages would have cracked the 90s, but I'm seeing some discourse between at least our circles about the game not feeling as fast as the previous games.
I think I've seen
and I think a lot of people are having issues with the parrying, slowing things down a little bit. Mainly I'm talking about it's Alex. He was pretty adamant on the timeline about him not being a fan of how the game slows down for the parrying and not feeling like real Doom. From the outside looking in, because I didn't play the game yet, I do plan on checking it out very soon, at least to get my impressions on it. I think the parrying stuff looks awesome. I'm a sucker for parrying in games, so he's like Kofi with flying.
Yes. That's like me too, bro. That's my second allegation, bro. I love parrying.
Yeah, parrying.
Parrying is
just so good.
Yeah,
like you throw parrying in your game.
That Liza P parrying is tough.
That's why I feel like you're gonna like Expedition 33 because it's heavy on that parrying shit. But it's just so satisfying. So I think even with a game like Doom that's supposed to be fast and nonstop and no slowdown, I think I would still be a fan of it. And it only slows down like a couple seconds, and then you get right back into the to the thing. So I do feel like they probably should have at least like an option for you to turn on and off that slowdown feature, because I think there's a mod on PC that allows you to play the game without that slowdown happening when you parry, and it looks great. It still looks good. So, I'm looking forward to it though. I'm looking forward to playing it.
Yeah. Me too. I'm gonna play it when the time comes, but you already know I'm focusing on one game at a time, bro. So I'm gonna get to it. But shout out to them, and congrats on their launch of their game. What else, J-Man? What else is there to really go over? Oh, another delay, boys. That bum ass Captain America and fucking Black Panther game. You know what I mean? That bum ass game.
Why I gotta be bum ass?
I'm hating on that game until I see some.
Yes, sir.
Oh my god.
What you say?
Don't repeat it. Don't repeat it, bro. He's on his EA shit right now. He's on his EA
Oh
shit.
God! Oh
Man
my!
said,
What? Wow, we about to, yep. This episode is
about to get
demonetized.
Demonetized, bro. What's wrong with this guy? He's about to get us
Hydra. I
canceled.
said Hydra. I said Hydra. What you mean?
Yeah, I.
Yeah, we
But
know
low
what you really
key,
meant.
this is Amy Hennick's game right here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Another person that can't ship a game. Yes, sir.
Woo! Speak on it.
Facts.
Hold on. Let your feelings out, young Padawan. Speak your truth.
That
last-
fake trailer. That
funny
fake
thing-
What's the
trailer.
last
they
banger that
dropped.
Amy
That
Hennig
fake
put
trailer
out?
they dropped.
Yo, see,
That
Tony's on
fake-ass
my type of. See,
trailer.
now I'm on your type of time. I don't believe none of
Yes,
this shit.
sir.
Jamie was here kind of gassing
Yes,
it. He's like,
sir.
"Oh, this game
Yes,
is looking
sir.
next gen." Yo, this game is not going to
Those
look like
facial
this.
animations
I'm
look
telling you,
next gen,
bro.
dog.
I'm telling you, this game is not going to look like this when it drops. I'm willing to bet money this game will not look like this when it drops. Ain't no way.
Damn.
Ain't no way the game gonna look like this when it drops. But the funny thing is, I didn't even think it was coming out this year. I'm actually
Yeah,
I
I
was
didn't
surprised.
either.
Me either. Me either.
When they said it's
Me
getting
either.
delayed, I said that was.
I said it's getting
dropping.
delayed. I thought it didn't even have a release year, bro. I never knew it was
That's
coming
what
out
I'm
this
saying.
year.
That's what I'm saying. That's a fact.
that was fucking
That's a
crazy.
fact.
Yo. But hold on, because I'll be seeing the conversation like, oh, Amy Hennig is better than Neil Druckmann. It's a shame that, he was still there and she got the boot. What's the last banger she put out since leaving if she was that good?
It's a fact. It's a fact.
You ain't lying about that.
Chat is waiting. You know what I'm saying? She was in multiple places. She was a writer on Battlefield Hardline. Story was trash. She was a story concept on Forspoken.
Yo, not too much
Story
on
was
Hardline.
mid.
No Hardline.
Story
No
was
Hardline.
mid. Forspoken story was mid. I like the gameplay. I like the traversal. And now she got this
You
Marvel
did
shit.
Forspoken as well?
Huh? Yeah, she's story concept. Story concept.
So it's Amy Hennig that starts off the game as a black woman getting arrested in front of a judge type shit. Or it's Amy Hennig.
Holy,
I got a
holy.
different type of smoke for her
Noticing.
now.
Noticing.
I got a different type of smoke for her now. I remember when I booted up Forspoken, I'm like, of course, they got the troubled black teen in the courtroom trying to get a second chance, living in a shoebox type shit. I'm like, oh my God, bro.
Sneakerhead.
The stereotypes is going off the charts, yo. It's crazy when we like us as black folks when we like stereotypes and when we don't. Because what is GTA? When I'm seeing the niggas with the grills and all that shit going like this, I'm like, I love that shit. The GTA, I love seeing the Zoes and the wicks and the shit. I'm like,
the wicks.
GTA, that shit is fire, bro. It's crazy. You know why GTA is so amazing? Because it's just a parody of real life. You know what I mean? It's like I think that's
Yeah,
what makes the game
serious
That's what makes that game so dope because
on the parodies.
it just jokes on itself. It jokes on reality, and I think that's what what I love about the franchise, especially what it pretty much really started with San Andreas and with 4 and with things like it just jokes on itself how society is like, which is society. If you really like step back, it's comical, bro. It's hilarious.
It really
You know
is.
what I mean? So it just plays into that, and I do like that. And it seems like from the trailers that we've seen, at least trailer 1 and 2, that they're not holding back. Like some of us, I remember there was conversations prior to seeing anything that people were like, is GTA gonna hold back for modern audiences and the type? Like, are they not gonna do this and not gonna do that? But it seems like they're staying true to the DNA of the franchise. So I'm happy. I'm definitely happy to see that. But that's just a little sidebar. You know what I mean? I'm happy to see that.
Yeah. So yeah. What's that game called? Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra. 2026 if you
I want to see some gameplay of this joint for real, bro. Show us some Summer Games Fest.
Next
Maybe
time next time I see that game, it got to be gameplay at this point.
Yeah. If it look good, I'll come back and I'll resend my hate. I'll resend my hate. You know what I mean? I definitely will if it comes out and it actually looks as good as these trailers. But I don't believe it, bro. I don't believe it. All right, so moving on, we got some screenshots of Kingdom Hearts 4. We got some new screenshots of that. So Square Enix is still cooking that game up.
They also canceled Missing Link,
Okay.
which was the mobile game. But in true Kingdom Hearts fashion, any game that they put out is significant to the story. So you can't even ignore shit like a mobile game because it definitely plays a part. So that game I think it's time to wrap Kingdom Hearts up. I think 4 should be the last game that comes out for the franchise. and it's time to put that thing to bed. It's time.
I think
I never
you know
touched.
thing
I
is-
never touched that franchise. I never touched that franchise.
You're not missing much. You're not missing much.
No,
I'm missing
no,
nothing.
that's
You're not
a
missing
lie.
much.
That's a lie, but just don't at this point. If you ain't touched it yet, don't. Just don't.
You ain't missing much.
I know.
Tony,
I know.
bro.
I know. That's,
A lot-
I know. That's the
They
game.
be gassing it. They be gassing it. Yo, they
Don't
be
listen to
ga-
Kofi.
They be gassing
He only
it, bro.
played. He only played 3.
Yeah,
He only
I
played 3. Don't listen to Kofi.
They be no,
Kingdom
no. That's
Hearts-
actually not
Kingdom
true. I played
Hearts
1, but I
2
didn't finish it. I played 1. I didn't finish it. The shit was bugged. That's why.
One aged bad. 2 is still fire to this day. I haven't played
played
it
2.
before.
I haven't
Before
played
the
2.
Birth by Sleep is still fire. Even to me, even Dream Drop Distance is still good. I love that game.
Yo,
that was fire.
the funny thing, Tony, let me break it down for you. The funny thing is, like, on piece of paper, it sounds like it should be fire. Like, it has a crazy title named Kingdom Hearts. It's like Final Fantasy meets fucking Disney. Like, on paper, it's fire to me. Like, shit, I want to be like fucking one of these Japanese characters fighting with Goofy and Mickey, bro. That sounds lit to me. You know what I mean? Some JRPG shit sounds lit. But the thing is, bro, the story is the most convoluted shit I've ever fucking witnessed. I don't know what the fuck the game about. I've tried watching videos on that joint. Even a J-Man's trying to cat for that shit. If I put this nigga on the spot right now to tell me what the story's about, that boy would be confused.
I don't care for the story. I don't care for the story. I came for the gameplay and the worlds and the stuff like that and the characters.
But the funny thing, the gameplay in 3 was fun. I played the gameplay in 1. The gameplay in 1 wasn't that lit, so I don't know. But y'all say 2. A lot of people swear by 2 is good.
2 is where the gameplay turned up. That shit, like the leap from 1 to 2 is like Uncharted 1 to 2. Like that's on at least on the gameplay's perspective. That's like a big leap.
So J-Man, so you telling me you playing Kingdom Hearts 2, swinging your little keyblade, not knowing what the fuck going on, bro?
But when I first played that, I was like 12. Like I was a kid. Like I wasn't really giving a fuck about the story and shit like that. But even then, it should
have a good story. Like, yo, it's fucking Disney characters and Final. Why don't y'all just make the story kind of a little bit more streamlined? Like, I get it, y'all want to be like special and mysterious, but it's too convoluted. Like, why is it so confusing, bro? Like,
I don't know.
What you say, Tony?
What you saying, Tony?
Say
that again.
How's the gameplay?
Well, J-Man says from 2 is fire.
2 is fire.
But I enjoyed 3's gameplay. I won't lie to you. I enjoyed 3's gameplay. But once again, I was playing through that game. I enjoyed the visuals. Like, oh shit, Mickey. Oh shit, characters that I recognize. Hercules.
I don't know what the fuck about Mickey.
I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck going on in the story though. I don't know what the fuck going on. I just be confused as fuck.
And
bro.
to be honest, if you played 3, if you played what's the 3 DLC, I forget. I think it was a Remind. And then if you are familiar with the mobile game, the story is even more convoluted. Like they almost on some Naruto Shippuden shit, but even way more complex than that. And what I mean by that is, like, you know how eventually when you learn who Obito is, or and then you start to learn more about what's her name? Is it Hyuga or Haguya or some shit like that?
Kaguya, like the end bosses of Naruto. That's what you're talking about? Like the end boss?
And the past of the ninjas and shit like that. Like that's where they're at with the story, and it's even more crazy. There's so many more characters.
Kingdom Hearts is it's too hard. Like, bro,
it's so wild.
You know what's you could watch a 20-minute video of a breakdown, a half an hour. I think I did that. I went for one of these YouTubers that do the nice breakdown. Man did a nice breakdown of the Kingdom Hearts story. By the end of it, I was still confused. How am I still confused after watching something for 30 minutes? I still didn't know what the fuck going on, bro.
Yeah.
We got characters that look the same. One guy got a hoodie. The other guy don't got a hoodie. We got the bald guy that's a bad guy. Like, it's just confusing. We got Sora in this world, that world. Now he's in the Final Fantasy world. That's why he looks like he looks realistic now. Like, it's just I don't get it, bro. You know what I mean? I don't get it. But
speaking of those videos, I got not GTA. I got a Metal Gear story breakdown. I think that video like 8 hours in my watch list.
This guy did a documentary, yo. The thing, the Metal Gear Solid franchise is a little convoluted too, but it's not Kingdom Hearts convoluted though.
No,
because you know why? The thing about the Metal Gear timeline is it's almost like it released on some Star Wars type of shit. Like it's just not in chronological order. You know what I mean? We got obviously Snake, which is a clone of fucking Big Boss, and like just the timeline of the game is all over the place. But if you're actually just playing the game and just the narrative
but
of each game,
Kingdom Hearts is like that too.
It's not that confusing though. Like if you just play like if you just take it in the game and like, oh, your main objective is to do this, it's not that fucking confusing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
Kingdom Hearts is like that too, because like Birth by Sleep and shit came out before 3, but it takes place way before like the first one and shit like that. So it'd be like that too, you know. And then it's all on different platforms. Yeah. So if you didn't have those, when it was just 1 and 2, it was fine. It was fine. It was okay. Like, all right, I can follow this. But after that, it started getting crazy. Wild.
You think Kingdom Hearts is one of those franchises that will end, or you think they're always gonna make another one? I think the fan base is so big, it seems like it's a franchise that they'll probably just keep on making it.
They need to end it.
You see that for the future of that franchise though?
What?
I don't really see it. Yeah, I think there's always gonna be a story. I think they're gonna treat that shit like Final Fantasy in a sense. I know each Final Fantasy is a different story, not a continuation. But I feel like with the Kingdom Hearts stuff, you probably could just keep making games for that shit. But the thing is,
it just gets more convoluted the more they go.
They don't release it as frequently, like.
Right.
So if it's one every generation, like that's not crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't.
If it's one every generation, right?
Yeah. End it with the games, and if you still got some more story to tell, fucking put up a Netflix series or something, a couple episodes just to wrap it up. But they need to wrap it up. It's time. Put the Kingdom Hearts fans out their misery.
Shit. Nobody knows what the story. Most people don't know what the fuck going on. Anyways, keep that shit going, bro. We don't know what the fuck going on. We just playing for the gameplay, bro.
I was gonna say like Death Stranding, you be lost a lot of it, but by the end they wrap it up nicely. Yeah, they do wrap it up nicely.
Death Stranding actually just makes sense. But Death Stranding's story, listen. Death Stranding main objective is straightforward. We understand it. It's just the world that they put you in is confusing as fuck. With the BTs, just the little, like all the little events.
The BBs.
Yeah, yo.
The tears. And shit
but the objective that they give you is straightforward. Go connect America. Go to the points, and we're just trying to fix the cryo link. I think that's what they call it, like something the cryo link.
Network.
Yeah, the cryo network. Yeah, we're trying to get it together. Like the objective that they put you in the game is straightforward. But what's confusing is the world that you're in. Like you're a repatriate or some shit like that, someone who dies but comes back. If you die, shit explodes. Like this shit's confusing there, but your objective
level
in the game.
Dooms.
Yeah.
Other characters.
Yeah, the terminology.
Dooms.
Yeah, the terminology and the lore is convoluted, but your objective when you're playing is straightforward. You understand?
Man, I love
that's
that
what
world.
it is.
I love those characters, man.
Now Death Stranding is a dope game, bro.
My boy Higgs and his past with what's her name? Fragile, and then her mother. Come on, that shit is so fire, man.
Yeah, the game's good.
God.
Once you understand the little bit of the lore of the game, when you start, then you understand like the time fall and the way. Once again, like you're confused because it kind of shows you the cutscenes a little bit randomly, sporadically, so you don't understand what the fuck's going on. Like randomly, you plug into your BB, then you're seeing some guy, Mads or the actor, the guy talking to you. Like, what the fuck going on? You just plug in your BB and the guy's talking to you.
You talking about the moon.
Yeah, it's just some weird shit. Like the guy singing to you.
Shit on.
But by the time you get to the end of the game, bro, the way that shit connects together is wild, bro. And it has you like, oh shit. It kind of gives you a mind fuck type of moment by the time when you get to the end of the game. And I don't want to spoil it, but I'll just leave it out in case someone's playing Death Stranding right now. But the shit's tough. Shout
out to Die Hard, sucker ass nigga.
I kind of forgot each one story. I gotta revisit that game, bro. That game is dope. The only thing I didn't like about that game, which I said here already, is like the shooting mechanics. But outside of that,
according to the previews, they improved on that.
That's good.
So I'm hoping. They improved on the shooting mechanics.
I heard it gets to the shit sooner too. I heard since shit a lot sooner too.
The preview I watched the skill up preview. He said it was basically the shooting wasn't all that much different, like he saw people saying. But he said the good thing about it was that it doesn't take as long to get into.
It gets to the action much quicker.
Yeah,
the build up.
Yep, they streamlined a lot of the systems.
Yeah,
they did.
So
and that was one of my complaints too. It's like it took a lot of like menus to get to certain things and button presses.
Which makes a lot of sense as well because you kind of experience kind of like the grind in the first game. So for the second game, it shouldn't be another regrind. Like maybe some baseline equipment should be available to you. You know, like I know they're gonna unlock something slowly, but hopefully like some baseline stuff is just there off the rip. You know what I mean? Because we're kind of already established in the world. We know about the mules. We know about this, that. So it should get into the action a little bit quicker, in my opinion. It should.
You seen that shit where Kojima was damn near pretty much upset that this game didn't have as much controversy when people play tested it?
Yeah, he said, "Oh, the playtesting was good. It went too smooth for him."
Yeah,
I guess.
it went good. He wanted more controversy. Like, what is wrong with this dude, yo? Something's wrong with him. He's a sick nigga.
I think there was also reports saying that during the preview period that saying that he has a concept for Death Stranding 3, but he's not going to be he won't make it. So
yeah, he said that.
We might not get a Death Stranding 3 because we already know the next game that Kojima is going to be working on. He's going to work on his espionage, pretty much a successor to Metal Gear Solid. So he's making another yeah, I don't even know how to.
He's supposed to be doing that other game for Xbox too.
OD or
the cloud game, the cloud joint.
Overdose, OD, whatever.
OD, yeah.
And he got the movie or something cooking.
I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if that ends up being like a multi-platform release, at least down the road, because just the direction that Microsoft is going, shit. I think PlayStation, if it doesn't change to day one on PlayStation, they're probably gonna drop it on PlayStation a little bit later, bro.
For sure.
So basically, what I'm like, for a lot of stuff that I'm hearing from the previews, is I do kind of feel like Sony probably got in his ear and told him to make it a little bit more appealing. Yeah, make it a little bit more appealing to maybe like the Western audience, because based on what I'm hearing from the previews, it's a lot of Metal Gear Solid 5 DNA in the gameplay for Death Stranding 2. So
I heard it's a lot longer, a lot bigger as well.
Yeah, I'm interested in that too, because it's what, Mexico and then Australia.
I think they said Australia. I think I read something that said Australia too. It's gonna be good, man. I'm looking forward to it. We don't have to wait too long to play it, man. It's next month, bro.
Next month, nigga.
A
lot of gameplay out there too.
Yeah, I've been skipping.
Best game dropping next month, Kofi. You know what I mean?
What's it? What?
Huh?
Oh, rematch? You better be talking about rematch.
No. Is it Mario Kart next month?
But that's like, yo, June's packed, bro. Mario Kart rematch.
June, right?
Death Stranding. Yes.
Mad games are coming out. Yeah, Mad shit's coming out.
Switch 2 is top of the month too. Less than a month.
Yeah.
I think in 3 weeks the Switch 2 come out.
Weeks out. It's like two.
Hype check. How y'all feeling about it? Y'all as excited as Switch 1 for it, or is just like
no sir.
I don't think I'm as excited.
Bro, I'm not excited for the device. It's weird, huh? I'm not really excited for the device as much as I'm excited for the game. I just want to play Mario Kart, bro. You know what I mean? I'm more excited. Like that's where I'm thinking about. Like usually when a new console,
you ain't got no choice. Yeah. What else you gonna play?
You know what I'm saying? No, but usually when a new console's coming, there's some excitement around the hardware itself. You know what I mean? But the Switch hardware there's nothing exciting about it. You know what I mean? It really, if I'm being quite frankly, it's probably one of Nintendo's more boring iterations of a console. It's like it's the same shit, but better. I get it.
Get no new UI.
Yeah, see, like little shit like that would have made me happy. Like, oh, they had
no trophies. Yeah, I mean, if they had that,
apparently it launches with 2 fucking wallpapers, the black and white again, bro. Like, come on, bro. So I'm not really excited for the hardware itself. I'm more just excited for the game, bro. I just want to play Mario Kart, bro. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most right now, because I'm somebody who don't really play I don't play third-party games on my original Switch. Like, do I own a couple? Yeah. Sure. Like a Dragon Ball FighterZ. That's before the Steam Deck and joints came out. So, you know what I mean? But I'm only there for the first-party games that I care about. So.
Speaking of that, I did see like analyst prediction that said that they feel like by 2029 the Switch will be the primary platform for third-party games in the industry. You think that's
a terrible prediction?
That's possible.
That's a terrible prediction. That's a terrible prediction. If they think
I don't know who the source was for that, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was Dr. Trey. The definitive
The
version
Switch-
of all your favorite
The
games.
Switch being the primary for third-party games is a whoever said that should lose their job as an analyst, because that's not going to happen. Will the Switch 2 probably see better third-party support than its predecessor? I could see that. I still think there's a lot of games that won't see the light of day on the Switch. I don't think the next Battlefield will launch on the Switch. I don't think GTA 6 won't launch on the Switch. So if GTA 6 is not on the Switch, it can't. It's automatically eliminated from that, because that's going to be one of the best performing
the
games.
biggest games.
He's the biggest game in the world right now, the most anticipated game in the world. So for the simple fact that you're not getting that game means that you can't be no primary of nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can't be the primary of nothing. But it's going to be a great device. I think it's going to do well. I think it's going to do a little bit, not as well as the first Switch, but I think it'll do close. I think it'll do close.
I think
I
it
can
might
see it
be in
doing
the same
close.
ballpark. Because
Think
to
it'll be
be
the ballpark?
honest, I'm actually, I'm looking at the PS5 versus the PS4, and without like the price drops that the PS4 have, or
Same ballpark.
as many
It's only
people-
like 1.4.
yeah, it's only
off.
like a million out, and it's still
That's
got
nothing.
a GTA game coming. So
Yeah.
with the Switch 2,
think it'll be
presumably
similar?
having, I think it'll be similar. Assumably having, if as long as they keep up with the first party bangers that they do great. Another Animal Crossing, Mario
I'm not
Kart.
scared. Yeah, I'm not scared of the games. They're
Open
gonna have
world.
the games, yo.
Yeah, like as long as they keep it, and then they got more third party support this time around. I can see it doing as good.
I just want to
That's
say,
good.
since you brought it up. I hope the Animal Crossing guys didn't get too gassed by that last release. You know, what I mean, this next one, it ain't gonna do that numbers. It's not gonna do them numbers.
Pandemic
You're definitely wrong about that.
Pandemic stimulus.
Wrong.
That's the
You
Pandemic
pandemic
stimulus.
stimulus.
You're
That's
definitely
pandemic
wrong. You're
stimulus.
definitely wrong about that, by the way. You're definitely wrong about that.
You think that's doing 30 mil again?
I think because of that sole reason why it did so high. Look, we can chop it up to some of the sales because of the pandemic, and it was. But don't get it twisted. Animal Crossing was already a popular, growing franchise. Just go look at the history of the games, from the one that dropped on the GameCube to the one that dropped on the DS, 3DS, the new Leaf
should I
joints.
give this to?
Go look at the sales. It's only been going up. Yes, the jump from New Leaf to the Switch 1 is a lot more. But everything on the Switch, low key, has been going crazy. Like, look at Mario Kart. I think Mario Kart 8 might be the best selling Mario Kart. Maybe, isn't it not?
Look at that shit.
Or is it Mario Kart Wii?
Look at that shit. Yo,
No,
Kobe,
it
how
is.
much did it sell? How much do you think Animal Crossing sold?
New
Real
Leaf
quick.
did like 6 million? No? What did New
What?
Leaf do?
Nah, what about New Horizons? New Horizons, real quick.
And it's like 40 million, some shit like that.
That's what I thought. Nigga, this shit said 81 million.
What? No.
Wait, that's the updated number? You're lying.
No.
You're not.
Oh, wait, no.
That
That's
gotta be the
wrong.
franchise.
That's the series.
No.
Yeah, 47 mil.
Yeah.
47
Franchise
okay.
81. Franchise
Yeah,
81.
Yeah.
Yeah, so think
47
about
foot.
it. That's not that.
So
that's
it
not that
did
bad.
half the franchise. It pretty much did half the franchise.
More than half.
the
It did more than half in one game. Bro, come on.
I do think the new one will probably crack the similar kind of numbers with no pandemic, just because the stock of that franchise is up too. You guys have to put that into consideration. A lot of people played
New
it,
Leaf
right?
did 13
So
million.
that's-
New Leaf 13 million. Kofi.
That's really good, Tony. That's really good though.
Bro, that's 4x it, bro. That's pandemic
Bro,
stimulus,
13
bro.
million. I don't even think The Last of Us 2 sold 13 million copies on its own, bro.
Don't disrespect Last of Us too late.
At
Am
this
I lying,
point,
though?
think it
Am I
has.
lying?
At this point, I think it
Just
has.
Last of Us
It
2
did-
Nigga,
did
they
13
released that
million?
shit 5
Yeah.
times, bro. I know
It did
that
13?
was so
What's the
tough.
what's the
Yeah.
latest numbers for The Last of Us Part 2? I'm
it
not
did
trying to
10
shit on it.
million. No, I know.
I'm not trying to
It did
shit on
10
it, but
It did 10 million as of, I think, 2022. Yeah, 2022. I think it did 10 million.
okay, so it's impossible. It's around the same ballpark. But that in itself is crazy though. Like what are we talking about? That in itself is crazy. Even if it's around the same. People have fucking The Last of Us 2 on like a prestigious, one of the most detailed games of all time. Look at Animal Crossing. The old joint did fucking 14 million too, bro. So I think it's no surprise. I think the new Animal Crossing that comes out will have a huge audience as well. Or J-Man, you think I'm bugging? You don't think it will do some good?
I do think it will.
I think it'll do some good. Okay.
I got 30 max. We cap out at 30.
You have to understand, Tony. You have to understand those type of games do good for the duration of the console's life cycle type shit. Like they do really well. You know what I mean? Throughout the console's life cycle, bro. It's one of those type of games that it's just It's gonna sell a lot of fucking copies, just like how Mario Kart sold a lot of copies like that.
We're trying to find like a list of the top games played during the quarantine.
I'm pretty sure Animal Crossing was one of them. I don't doubt that, bro.
Yeah.
I do not
On
doubt
this
it.
list I found, it is number one. Animal Crossing, Final Fantasy VII Remake,
Noticing.
CS:GO, Destiny 2, League of
I'm not doubting
Legends,
that it helped. I'm not doubting that it helped.
Doom
at all.
Eternal, Valorant, the Battle Royale games, Fortnite and PUBG, Player Unknowns. Yeah, the Battle Royales definitely took off during the pandemic.
Yeah.
That's when everybody was fucking scrambling to get a fucking Battle Royale game out. Because everybody was in the house.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I missed the
We saw
pandemic a little bit.
release one that dropped for like 3 weeks.
Yo.
Yeah, see, man's in the chat capping out at 30 million is still nuts. Yeah, most games don't even see anywhere near those numbers. You guys have to really put it into perspective. Like some of these games like outsell like entire franchises across like like game franchises across fucking multiple console generations. You know what I mean? Like 30 million copies ain't no joke of an Animal Crossing, bro. That's fucking crazy. If it
At all.
all right, yeah. All right, so I guess we could wrap it up here. That's pretty much all the main topics that happened, this week and last week. I guess
Yeah.
quick tidbit: the PlayStation did end up getting a new number. It's at 77 million or something like that, 77 point some million.
Oh yeah, the PlayStation report.
That's the no competition tax. But Kofi gonna tell you that games on PC is doing fine. I mean, and all that.
Hey, I was told that the first party games was about to kill the console though. But it seems like that's
one of the niggas dropped out the race, bro. Like, you can't count it, bro.
So now, so that's the new damage control for the PC.
Absolutely,
the PC not affecting the sales.
Absolutely.
If you don't stop.
So why is that? Why didn't everyone just jump to PC when you could just get both?
Xbox man just moved to Xbox man. You can get my PlayStation now.
But you can get the PC joints though. You can get even the PC joints, right? And you don't have to pay for online. Wise like just jump to PC. I'm telling you, that shit was never gonna be a thing, bro. The PC releases was never gonna kill PlayStation.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, okay. Real quick before we leave, PlayStation. This one was pretty interesting. PlayStation said that they're transitioning from hardware sales to monthly active users. Those kind of metrics. I think they're saying
Spencer, is that you?
I think they're saying those metrics are more important these days. I think they're pretty much saying that what Microsoft low-key been saying for a hot minute, that it's just all about monthly active users and stuff like that. So
I don't think this means that they're gonna put games everywhere. What I think this means is
I don't think that's what that means either.
They're trying to capitalize more on the people that are subscribed or that are on the system monthly, and figuring out ways to try and keep the revenue going from them throughout the monthly service. So, yeah, I mean, we see it now. They trying to do more with live service games. We already know the PlayStation Plus. I mean, they ain't doing that hot of a job with PlayStation Plus, to be honest. With getting people to like resubscribe, especially with raising the prices and all that. So it'd be interesting to see where they go from there. I do think in terms of like the PC stuff, I don't know, maybe they try to release more stuff over there.
Well, it's already coming fast. Look, they're publishing fucking Stellar Blade, which got a release date. We didn't mention June 11th as well.
Yeah, go buy that if you're on PC.
The games are coming fast to PC. Low key, the games are coming fast, bro. They ain't taking that long for it to come to PC. I don't know, man. Yeah. I do think eventually, once again, the simple fact that Microsoft kind of bowed out the race, and the rumors that are coming out. That Brad Sams, I think he's connected with the Xbox people. He came out and said that the next gen Xbox, like, he was kind of vague with it though. He said the next gen Xbox is going to use ARM technology. So for the people who do not know, right, I believe that's the same architecture. That's not x86 architecture, right? That the current consoles are using. That's architecture that the Surface and stuff are using, right? ARM. So you can look at this one way, that Microsoft is preparing their exit strategy. They're probably going to release
from the consoles,
a handheld type shit, right? Because I don't know if it's confirmed that they're gonna do both. They're gonna have like an ARM device and the x86. Like, it's a little bit confusing. But if their next console is ARM technology, that means it's not going to be cutting edge. By the way,
It's ARM's like the mobile chips and shit like that.
Yes. If the next generation Xbox is an ARM architecture, that means the next Xbox is not cutting edge. It's not cutting edge.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? So we gonna see. He kind of confirmed it. He confirmed it. That Brad Sams guy saying that the next generation Xbox will be using ARM architecture. So I'm a little confused by that. I don't know what kind of device Microsoft plans to release. But if that is the case, I was already thinking Xbox's next hardware is going to be their last. But if they're launching a console as ARM architecture, it's going to be their last console, bro. I don't think they're making another console after that, bro.
I do wonder if he's specifically talking about that handheld.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That's supposed to be coming.
I'm not 100% sure because the way he framed it, he just said Xbox next generation is going to be using ARM. So if that's the case, that's going to be very, very interesting to see how that plays out for them. So I guess we got to wait and see.
Right.
We got to wait and see. All right, yo, with that being said, yo, we want to get out of here, man. I'm about to get the fuck out of here. I want to go get some eat. Facts. And shout out to everyone who tapped in, came to watch the podcast live. It feels like a minute since we did one of these. But we should be back next week, hopefully. And hopefully you enjoy the show, man. On your way out, make sure y'all hit the like button, man. What's up?
Somebody in the chat did mention it. There was new info on Switch 2 upgraded games. I did see the tweet. I'm trying to find it. Okay. Details on free updates to Switch 1 games for enhanced Switch 2 gameplay. ARMS is getting a resolution bump, frame rate bump, HDR support.
I swear they already announced this, Jamie, or is this new information? What's new?
This looks like new. Captain Toad. Did they announce this?
I swear they announced this joint, or are they just detailing what the new features are?
I think they're detailing it more. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker resolution bump, HDR. What else? New Super Mario Brothers Deluxe resolution bump. Pokemon Scarlet Violet getting a resolution frame rate bump. Mario 3D World resolution frame rate bump. HDR for Bowser's Fury only. Mario Odyssey resolution HDR bump. Echoes of Wisdom and Link's Awakening resolution and HDR.
Okay.
Hey man, you know, me and Kofi, we don't have to worry about those upgrade fees since we're on the highest tier of the family plan. I mean,
yes sir.
even if one nigga on the family plan is $15, it took a little while to process, but we got there in the end, man.
Yeah, it got there, man. It got there.
Yo, somebody was counting cans for the 15. Oh,
Lord. Kofi was pressing this guy crazy for the $15 for the family.
We ain't gonna say no names, but man's money came a little late. It came a little late, so you know what I mean?
Everyone put in the money. Everyone was like, yo, Kofi was like, yo, send it here, I'm gonna buy it. So everyone sent the money, right? One nigga looked like he sent it, but then it said process it for a couple weeks.
It was processing for like 3 weeks. We ain't gonna say no names, so he can't get mad. We ain't say no names. That shit was processing for 3 weeks. I finally pressed them. I finally pressed them a little bit. You know what I mean?
What bank this nigga using?
Then the shit finally slid through.
Kofi was giving daily updates on this nigga $15 in the group.
I'm crying, bro. Yeah, I can't even lie. I was coming for the money, because it's only fair, bro. Everyone paid. You have to pay too, bro. Everyone paid.
Nigga was trying to pay that shit with food
man
stamps.
did a reverse transaction on 15 bones, bro. That's crazy, bro.
My PayPal check bounce, bro.
I haven't seen, bro. I've never got a late PayPal like that in my life, bro. I've never. This shit.
And nigga was like, yo,
it's my shit.
And he was like, yo, it's because I paid it from my bank. We was like, nigga, so did all of us.
Nigga, bank was a firm. He paid the 15 and 4.
Oh, man. That's crazy.
Crazy work.
Shout out to that individual, which I will not say his name, man. Shout out to that individual, bro. All right, yo, that being